spaghetti recipe.
Yeah, eating it just raw hog noodles dipped in sauce.
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
I'm so glad that was the start of the stream.
Dude, yeah, it's like he's telling me about how your wife made like chili with green beans in it, which
Yeah.
I'm sure tastes fine. It's just such an obscure thing for me to fucking process. And I was just like, well, Joel's also eaten just uncooked noodles dipped in fucking spaghetti sauce before, so I can understand.
It's true. It's very true. I have done this. Good times.
The problem isn't that you ate it. That's not the problem. The problem is that you had the option to cook them.
Yeah.
Why?
Nah, bro. That ain't me, dog. That ain't me. I used to eat dry cereal. You think that's an issue?
Dry
two
cereal
totally
is
different
way
things.
easier.
That's two totally
Please.
different things.
But you have a problem with the spaghetti?
The spaghetti.
Dude, I mean,
smoke cigarettes if I don't finish my skitty.
eating a piece of dry spaghetti, it's so stuck in your teeth. It's so bad.
Good times. You guys should try
I
it.
mean, granted, what? I was like fucking 21, 22 at the time or some shit.
Me and Joel would just always walk up to Stubbs and eat
True
every
that.
single day. Almost.
Yeah, it is amazing how we had money.
That was back when we didn't have any bills to pay.
Yeah,
Because
for real.
technically, both of us pretty much lived at Shannon's house.
That's true.
And we-
That is very true.
We were the #1 supporters of all the local restaurants.
Literally.
Sadly.
All right, let me hop back in here. We're gonna go. Blop. 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 There we go. And we are live! We are live! We are live! Hello, everyone.
Hello.
It's us.
Hi.
Hey, it's me, cool guy.
Yeah, and I'm like the guy that wants to be cool. I'm here too.
I'm here
Well-
too. You're like the guy that doesn't skateboard, but he hangs out with skateboarding kids.
Yeah. I'm
That
the
was
kid that
me.
doesn't. I'm the kid that sits in the corner and watches people skateboard, real creepy like. No, it's
I was literally the kid in high school that would show up to things and never do any of the things any of you were doing. Like they'd be hacky sacking down at the line. I'm just like, I'm just here to be a part of something.
I'm just here.
I will die on this hill. Hacky sack is a shit ton of fun.
Yeah,
You
but I'm
get
bad
in,
at it, so I
you
just
put
would
in.
show up
You
to
get out, you
hacky
put
sack.
Yeah,
So if you're
RJ.
trying, it's a lot more fun.
Yeah, RJ. Hacky sack is fun when you're not 30. We're old now.
Oh, dude,
Then
I will play that shit for hours on end. I kid you not. I love that shit, dude. It's something. It's active. It's easy to do, and if you're decent at it, it's a lot of fun.
he sounds like an old white man trying to get you to go to pickleball for the first time.
Right?
Get you active? You
But
can
don't
come and
swing
you can.
too
No,
high,
guys,
you're gonna
trust
throw
me.
out your
Guys,
back.
no, trust me. Pickleball is great, guys. It has a lot of benefits, a lot of
It
health
keeps-
benefits.
It keeps your joints loose, and I just feel alive ever since I did it. I started waking up at 4 a.m. instead of sleeping in, and I just feel really good. And I get a little ball in every morning. Pickleball.
What is that
Sure,
show
I like
that
all
has
the pickleball.
the bird and like the raccoon with the gumball machine?
Oh, regular show.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
when that blue guy does something, like his tits jump up, smack him in the face, and knock him down.
Muscle Man.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy.
no, bro.
Oh, my
You
favorite
know
guy.
who else has boobs full of smacked her in the face?
Man.
And then the one time Mordecai tells him that it's supposed to be your mom, like, why? Who's bigger than the earth? Your mom. And then Muscle Man like has a mental breakdown and tries to kill him.
Anyway, we should probably get back on the point here, guys.
Yeah, we got drugged at the end of the
Hey,
last
Joel,
one
before
and
this-
fell asleep.
Could you send me how much money I used to have?
I honestly don't know.
I remember how much money Tannen
Neither
used
do
to have.
I. I've just been writing minus whatever because I knew I had like 1,000 or whatever, so I was like going within that range.
Let
I remember how
me
much money
see.
Tannen had before,
My place is a fucking
after
disaster.
Walmart and before Arby's.
Let's see, Mr. Gobi.
Do you remember Tannen? Are you?
Gobi, you had 1,110 gold.
Wait, where did he get 1,110 gold from?
Well, he got 1,000 from the barreling company, whatever that was. The
Oh yeah,
Underworld
I
or
think he
whatever.
has 1,111 gold now after the night
Yep.
at the bar.
No, well, actually, yeah,
Well, we bought an enchanted weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's also true.
Joel Tannen
I've got
did.
minus 65 is what he just told me. Also, you never sent me my actions thing that I asked for.
No, it's on there. It's in there. Let me go back. Let me show you. Let me show Mr. Tanya.
Tunyon.
Unless you didn't save it. I can still send it, but... Because it's the one that has all your features and traits on it. Hold on. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bow.
A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P. That's not copyright, right, Joel?
Definitely not.
Wow. I'm just trying to keep the stream hyped, boy.
Please.
If I had a bigger following, we could have the hype trade, but we don't have the hype trade.
Dude, I am the hype train. A B
yeah.
C D E F G H I J. I didn't forget the alphabet though. I said
Alright.
E F G.
Where is Tannen? You're about to
Right
get a
there.
crap ton of picks. There you go.
Dude, I can see Tannen. He's right there. You're welcome.
There you go.
I'm just here for the non-stop comedy.
So
The only
far,
one
dude.
you have is the sneak attack, which is useless. Because I know how much I can do with that.
Sneak attack is an attack, but you are sneaking.
That means you didn't save the other one. The other one has all of your
Very
stuff on it.
intense.
Yeah, I see it. I see the one you're talking about now.
Good thing me and RJ are the brains of the operation. And the bronze of the operation.
Oh, brother. Brother. Whew. Y'all, I just want to say this. Do you know how hot it is in my house right now?
Too
With you
hot.
in there,
It's 85 degrees.
very.
85 right now.
The fuck
It's okay, Joel. Ignore my compliment.
We all know it's not true, Andrew. That's why I know it.
We have to compliment each other because no one else will.
Yeah.
Even if it's a lie.
Yeah. You right. You right.
You know, you have that sign behind you, but you always let me still come back to the stream.
It's more for me. It's I come in here and then I see, oh yeah, and then I just leave.
You're like, I probably should have come in here yet.
It's like, oh, that sign's still up. Ah, I gotta leave. Gotta leave.
Tuesday's the day you want to live life on the edge and break the rules of signs.
Tuesday's the day I want to live, laugh, love. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
No. I have no idea.
No, I don't. Please stop.
Sir, I have never lived, laughed, or loved in my entire life.
That's sad. Now I just want to cry.
I'm gonna get a live, laugh, love sign that just says cry 3 times in the live, laugh, love font.
I thought, oh my gosh, please no.
That would be epic.
Now that we're actually finally up and rolling, all right. Who would like to give us I'm just going by what Andrew's doing. The keep going, Andrew. Keep going. The story bits of the last session.
That's my WWE intro. If I was part of the WWE,
It's
they just come out and there's no music.
You're just doing these weird moves zoomed in the camera.
Yeah. Okay, so we were like deuces to the town we've been in the entire game. We went to a small town on the way to the port city. The small town, we see creepy lady that was old friends with Golby. I almost said Schmeagol, but I knew Joel would not appreciate me butchering one of his beautiful names again. So Golby sees somebody that he knows from the creepy people, and
go on.
Golby's like, okay, and she's like, you need to go over to this town because that's where they're meeting up. And then Golby don't go to that town. We buy a couple things. We talk to a fish. Golby steal a coin. Gronk get mad that Golby steal a coin and go ask Mal where Golby get coin. And then Gronk gets mad and goes to bed, and he gets really upset and writes in his journal. Then he goes to bed. Well, actually, he goes outside to talk to Mao about something, and then we butcher the animals. Then Gronk goes back up to go to bed, and Golby was in the bed with Gronk the whole time. Okay, so Golby snuck into the bed and left a note on the side table. That's right. And then Gronk wakes up and feels something against his leg. And it's Golby's entire body, not just any specific part, because Golby is small. And so Gronk reads the note. Golby's sorry. Gronk kind of is like, chill about it now. We got 2 deers worth of meat and leather. We leave. We go to the big city fjord or something like that in the ocean region. And then Golby finds Lady from Creepy People. And Golby stands up to her. Gronk tries to intimidate her. Can't. Golby tries to intimidate her. Can. Also, Golby was stronger than Gronk and that trying to rip the coin that he stole out of Gronk's hand.
I am
pretty
small,
impressive. I know +5 in strength. He still beat me. And then, basically, long story short, we enchanted some of our items. Then we went to a magic shop. We found the metal we need to bring back to Zut Zut. The guy's like, hey, if you take out this cult in town, then we'll get you this metal. And so we go to try to we have a master plan that's like going off without a flaw until we realize, so we're going to poison them with a sleeping potion so they all fall asleep and we can get rid of them that way. But then it turns out that we're the ones drinking the sleeping potion, and then Ugly Betty shows up at the last second and is like, sweet dreams, my child, and we all fall asleep and wake up in a dungeon. And specifically, we have an iron rod across our chest is something specific that the dungeon master said that I remember. And then we saw a familiar hat that none of us remember, so it's... Wait a minute, is it the stinking gnome?
I'll tell you. And also, your mic, the gain's just a little bit too high. You're coming in a little fuzzy, just a tiny bit, just a teensy weensy bit. But yeah, okay. So, the hat.
Yeah.
Very long and brim. It curves back, very long.
It's wizard.
And then at the tip, it kind of like curves forward at the top. It is a wizard hat.
But it is not wizard. It was Golby's friend.
However, this hat, as you're as you all are kind of just taking everything in, you realize you're in like I would say like a 20-foot by 20-foot room, and you're all strapped to these tables. You're looking at the hat, and the hat
Dude, that's hot.
has these holes with little. You can see like there's charred edges on the holes. The holes aren't getting bigger; they're just staying there. You can see the still like it's hot coals just staying there. You can see a little bit of smoke start to rise from all these spots. There's patches where there's holes. There's patches where you can see there's like just smoke coming off of the hat. And then as you all look towards the eastern side of the room, you see a big wooden door on it. And you hear a locking mechanism being moved to the side. And you can hear a grunt as somebody is pushing the door open. And as you see further, the door is about 6 inches thick. It's just wood. It's a solid door. As they bring it open, you see Marigold as she just puts her hands together like this, looking at you all. Oh,
Like that?
just starts.
Is my audio better?
Yes,
now?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, I'm getting a note from the director.
It just says you suck on it. I'm getting a note from the director. A hand comes in and punches you in the face.
That's fair.
Andrew, they did not like that joke you just made. So they punched me in the head.
So
we see the. So what was the smoke coming out of?
So on the
I'm
hat,
just trying to imagine what it looks like because I was trying to fix my volume.
So on the hat, it's like a gray wizard hat, right?
Mm.
Except on the hat, there's like these rings of holes, and they have like charred edges where it kind of looks like, you know how like hot coals glow red?
Mm.
So on the edges, it's like the hat was on fire at some point, but the holes aren't getting bigger, and there's no fire building off of it.
Okay, so it's like it's smoldering eternally.
Yes, to put it simply, yes. So, and you see Marigold, she walks in closer. Oh, simple Gobi. If you would have just went to the town, we wouldn't even be here. By the way, you all can talk. As you move your finger. Oh, Gobi, for that I'll have your finger before you. Go ahead.
I have to do the Gronk maneuver and try to break out of the restraints I'm in.
Okay.
I have to try. I mean, I'm not gonna probably do it, but I gotta try.
I'm gonna say you are going to absolutely need, like, okay, so if you're rolling that 20, you have 5+ to your strength, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the DC will be 25.
Here comes his natural 2 that he always gets. Every goddamn
money, dog. Here comes the money. Money. Oh, it's an 8.
The build-up was so high. Oh man! You're trying to move, and
13 technically with a +5.
you see Marigold look at you. Seriously? Do you not see the boss strapped to your chest?
I broke out of worse.
Also, you're really obnoxious. Either tell us what the hell's going on or just shut up.
The funny thing is, I
Oh.
really have broken out of words.
Literally. She looks at Mao. She's like, "Oh, and for that, I'll have your tongue." Here's the thing.
Spit on her, Mao. She may have restrained her arms, but she can't restrain her
Gobi.
spit right now.
Gobi is a weakling. And I don't know why you
Gobi-
decided to travel with him. Gobi,
Gobi's stronger than I am.
I was gonna say Gronk would say different.
this little
Gobi's a
coward
cute
chose
little leg humper.
this little goblin decided to follow a weak creature. I want to follow something a little bit more. How do I
The
say?
dragon.
She looks at you with a stern and serious look just out of the corner of her eye. She says, "Why, yes." She turns to you. "Welcome."
That sounds like a bad idea.
"Oh, really? A bad idea? Who's the one strapped?"
Oh, I just mean about how the dragon's gonna destroy the entire planet when it gets out,
Oh,
and you're
crap.
living there. Dude, I am strapped.
That thing on me.
Yeah, that was my first thought too. Is he just produces two guns? Like, what do you say?
I'm feeling
Hands
lucky.
to the sky.
Graham just tries to reason with her about why is she trying to get the dragon out to destroy the Earth if she
Give-
lives on the Earth.
Give me a persuasion check.
Let me open this chest. There's dice in here, dude. That's crazy.
It'd be funny if that was a mimic just eats Andrew on stream. Like, what?
I would,
Persuasion?
poop my pants.
Yeah, I would too.
I did 16 on persuasion.
Okay. She looks
Pretty
at you.
good.
She looks at you and she kind of like leans on you on your chest. "Oh, but you're so right. What is a girl
My
to
head
do?"
butter.
You cannot.
I like-
that would have been really funny though if you could.
He's like, what's a girl to do?
She touches as she like backs away and touches your chest. "Have you seriously thought that we haven't thought it through? Do you know how worshipping anything works in your tiny puny brain? Of course not. You're an orc." And she walks away.
That's racist. That's Andrew saying that, by the way. Not Gronk.
That would have been really funny.
Gronk, that's racist. That was a microaggression.
So stupid. Okay. Anyway.
Actually, that was a microaggression, and I'm an atheist.
She turns back to the door. "You will all be sacrificed for the greater good, whether you believe it or not. And I'm not gonna try to sit here and transfer you to our ways. I'm not gonna waste my time. No. See,
Thank God.
what we're gonna do
Dude,
is, if you look,
I believe you, actually. Can you just let us out? I really believe what you're saying is true. Just unlock this
how
steel
about,
bar.
Yeah, I'm fortunately a believer now.
Yeah, we believe you.
she
Let
points
us out.
She points up to the ceiling and says, "Oh, but wait, we're just getting started. See, for Tiamat, he likes things in pain and on fire. So, as you see, and you look up, and you see there's this large cauldron held up by chains. And you can see there's smoke coming off of the top of it, trying to like billow down. That right there is what we like to call dragon's fire. that little liquid will melt your bones. I'm really excited for this because before we do that, I'm going to nick each and every single one of you until you scream for it. I cannot wait for this.
Who's Nick?
I've never met him in my life.
I've never met Nick, but I'll fight him 1v1. Colby, when I'm fighting him 1v1, you sneak up and stab
as as she leaves, you see a Goliath, bald on top. You can see tattoos on their face. Very tall, about 8 feet tall, and they stand there with their glaive as they come in as she's exiting, and they just stand there as the door gets slowly shut.
Now, it's your time to shine. You gotta befriend this Goliath.
Quick question.
Yes.
Do we have
What was that? What was that, Gobi?
do we have our stuff on us?
No, you do not.
We have absolutely
Yeah.
nothing.
Nothing.
I knew we were naked.
Well, time to start spitting. Gobi will immediately start spitting at like the bar that he's trapped in, thinking he might be able to wiggle out.
You know what? I'm not even gonna have you roll with that. We'll just. The minute you start,
It doesn't work.
the minute you start spitting, you can see the guard just go, "Oh, for heaven's sake!" Pulls out a cloth and just shoves it in your mouth.
Hey, so big guys, how did you guys get wrapped up in this? I'm really interested in backstory. So, I mean, if we're gonna die, at least you can oblige us with a story, you know, to send us off, kind of thing, you know.
You see him look at you, go, "Dondu doesn't talk to strangers," and he goes
I'm not
back
a
to his
stranger.
position.
My name is Mao, good sir. What's yours?
You see, he's just stone-faced and silent.
Oh, come on, you old lug. You never know. Let's just have a nice little chat.
Give me a persuasion check.
Frog starts spitting on something else that's a bar that he has since he's naked.
Gobi immediately, after he's distracted, spits out the thing and goes back to spitting on the bar.
Oh,
That's
come
crazy.
on now, Bone.
Sneakily.
Give me a stealth check at disadvantage because you are trying to spit in front of him.
I got a 15.
15.
Well, that's not happening because I got a 1 on the first roll.
Oh, that's
Can I
okay.
do when
So he just hears.
I just want to do a perception check at some point. You can fit it
Okay.
in whenever it's
Okay,
timely.
so you see him. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! As he takes the same wrap that you spit on the floor, he just wraps it around your head so you can't use your mouth anymore. He then takes.
I do apologize.
He
for
takes
my
your
friend.
shirt and then he starts wiping the bar.
I really do apologize for my friend. As you can tell, you know, sometimes they're a little more impulsive rather than rational. And it's really gross to have to clean up other people's spit. I am so sorry.
It is super gross as he stands there.
It really is. I mean, I never understood it. You should see how he sleeps, man. It is just a giant puddle everywhere he lays down. It is disgusting.
Gronk looks horrified.
What did you roll for your perception check before we continue?
I haven't rolled it yet. I was waiting.
Go ahead and roll it as this is happening.
9.
9.
Good, right? That's
From
way
where-
above what you wanted.
From where you're at, you're kind of focusing on the large cauldron that's kind of like directly above you. And as you feel a sudden movement, you can feel all your tables start to go completely flat and horizontal.
Gronk could fall asleep right about now.
Ooh,
This feels like my bed back home. Gronk says.
Just falls asleep instantly.
Is our wolf kind here?
He is not there, as far as you can
Where
tell.
is kind?
Unfortunately, I
Did I
can't
say-
tell you as you rolled a 9
Joe,
on
you
your
did-
perception. What?
You did not say if my 15 persuasion succeeded or not.
I didn't say
Can I
anything.
whistle?
I know, that's what I was asking.
Dougie.
I don't tell you if it happened or not.
That's privileged information.
All right, big man. Come on, at least give us your name.
He said his name already.
All right.
My
And
father
you, see
was a
him,
drinker.
and you see him just stare at the ground for a bit. I forgot.
Oh man, like what did they call you?
You see the door slowly start to open.
Oh, dang.
And you see him like start to stir you up. As like you can see he was starting to get like relaxed with you as he was talking. And then he starts. And then you see another guardsman. This time it's a bugbear. And you see him move.
What
And
does
you
a
see-
bugbear look like?
A bugbear is like
A bear, but a
Looking
bug.
it up. Oh, it's like a weird
imagine
werewolf.
imagine a hairy goblin but taller. That's what
It's
they
like
look
a Hollywood werewolf almost,
kind of.
Teen Wolf.
with elf ears.
And then you see the Goliath. He actually bows at you guys, and then he leaves. And you see
That was awesome.
you see the bugbear stand there at guard.
Hey, Mr. Bugbear, could you oblige me in telling me that gentleman's name?
He forgot.
Did you guys forget as well? What do you guys call him?
Man.
Man? What did they call you?
Buddy.
Hey,
Is that
buddy.
your actual name, or did they just not respect you enough to call you by your real name?
We
He just says it
we
again.
respect you.
What do you want to be called? What do you want us to call you?
Buddy.
Buddy? Well, we can do that, or we can be a little more formal if you would like. You know, we could call you sir, or we could call you buddy. What would you prefer?
Can I try another perception check while he's talking to the
Yeah,
new person?
Yeah, you just hear buddy again, and we'll go ahead and roll.
Can Gobi try to chew through his?
Unfortunately, his neck wouldn't be able to reach it. I mean, he could try, but his neck wouldn't be able to get right here.
I
I was
got
talking.
a
Oh, you're
5.
back. Okay,
Andrew,
a 5.
do us a favor and buy new goddamn dice, please.
When you fail, wait! I'm gonna use my second win to try to get
He's
a
gonna
higher
use-
roll.
On
And it's
this
gonna
one.
be like 7 or 8 like you had last time.
But he can
Where's
use it
my-
again for infinity until he gets a good roll.
Yeah, technically. Not really, but kinda. This one has. Which one's a tenner?
A
Ooh,
10.
tenner!
All right, while he's rolling for perception, Joel, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick.
You're good.
And I will continue to chew on this gag.
Yes.
11! 11 is better than 9!
All right, 11. You're looking around. You don't see kind anywhere. You can see the cobble floor is dirty, like has just a bunch of dust on it.
Oh, disgusting.
As you're looking up, there's no holes in this, well, you can only assume a tower of some sort. And as you do, you can finally see the glow of the top of the pot. The red shine start to not really pour down, but it's enough that's glowing off of the rock that it's like reflecting.
How is the chair in the room? Is it like connected physically to the floor, or like the thing I'm on?
Your thing on. As you look towards your left and
Or
right
is
at
it
your
like a bed?
as you look towards your comrades, it is connected to the floor by some sort of metal mechanism that raises it up and down.
I wish we had a robot gnome right about now.
As you wait a couple more minutes, I'm gonna wait till. And for you, Gobi, go ahead and give me. I'm gonna
Can you,
say, give me
a chewing check?
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Can you do a teeth check? RJ, I did roll slightly better.
It's not much better.
10,
Like
10.
11. An 11.
Oh.
That's 17, Joel.
17.
I know
All
that
right.
beds are connected
As
to the
you're-
floor now.
As you are chewing on it, you are making progress. It's slow progress, but you are actually like chewing through it slowly. As the door opens once more, you see Marigold there, and she's holding a gold-handled knife, and she's just rubbing the tip on the tip of her finger, just going back and forth as she's entering the room, as the other guard was opening the door. And you see it slowly start to close. At this point, she looks at you all. Oh, this is gonna be so much fun. I am so excited for this. Oh, which one of you would like to go first?
Colby.
All right, I now want to do a perception check.
Okay, go ahead.
Because right now, what I'm looking for is a window.
There are no windows.
There's no windows. I already
There's no
found that
windows.
out. But you
Yes.
should still do a perception check, because you might be able to find Kind or somebody else in here, like the Frogman. If the Frogman spits on him, is it poisonous? Or are you going to just say no so that your story can keep going?
That would have been really funny.
I don't see shit. I rolled a 1.
A little
you
bit of the
blind?
lava from the pot from above. Just no, I'm just kidding. That would be so mean. And you're permanently blind now. No, just kidding.
Yay!
Wait, can RJ shapeshift to a smaller thing to get out of the restraints?
I was thinking about that, but if I have nowhere to go, I can't really fight them with no weapon, and they can't break you
But if you
free.
turn into a bat, you can get away.
There's no
If
window.
the door's still open, but there's no window.
It's okay.
Oh my
You're
god.
better
It's okay.
out of restraints than you are in restraints. Also, Golby has the
Joel,
thing
there
that
has
makes
to be a
him.
vent. If there was a fucking giant vat of lava above us, there has to be a vent for it.
Yeah, where's all that, like, toxic fumes going?
Nowhere.
Nostrils.
Oh, okay.
You guys
So,
are breathing it in.
Gronk dies from inhalation. That's my next move.
All right, hold on. So
Well, I'm
who's in the
working
room
on
with
this
us?
gag. I'm almost there.
In the room, Marigold with the knife, and then you have the bugbear who's sitting next to her as the door closed.
Technically, also, remember that Tannen can also shapeshift into a small creature that would be able to fly.
No, I can't because they took all my stuff. That's kind of why I was asking.
Oh.
Hmm,
You see,
RJ, turn into a bat, come
see her
fly
wait-
down,
you see-
sneaky, and steal the key, and then unlock me, and I'll punch him.
so you see, she waits a little bit, and then she goes, "Oh, we'll just start with my favorite first, Gobi." And you see,
Oh,
See, before you start anything, Marigold, I feel like, we're owed something. I mean, you can't just stumble into our lives and decide to just kill us. I mean, like, kind of
You
fill
see-
us into what's going on.
you see her look at
Hey,
you.
can you open a window in here? It's kind of drafty.
Yeah, crack open that door over there. I want a cool breeze. I want to hear or allow the people outside to hear me suffer, because that'll bring them enjoyment too, right?
You see her look at
This
you.
steam is really bad for my complexion.
You see her look at you and just say, I just came into your life. She looks at Gobi. I've known him for longer than you think. He didn't tell you what we do, did he? Ah, see, you've been traveling
With
with
a
a
gut
fake.
feeling.
Let me tell you. I'm going to tell you, and then you probably won't ever trust him. Guess what they do? They take newborns, and then we make them a part of the cult. We take children that didn't have time to even know their own family. Now do the math there.
I look over at Gronk and I was like, I told you those guys from the village were bad news.
At this time,
Gronk just
Gobi, you
already
have
knew
chewed
that.
through your bandage that's on your head. You have chewed through it by this time.
Lying bitch!
Oh, Gobi. Oh, I'm lying? You see, she looks at you all. She looks at you all. She's like, you're all about to die. Why would I lie now?
Gobi
Hold on, hold on.
thing just to
Hold on,
get
hold on.
his mouth gagged again. Does he go over that?
Hold up, I'm gonna... Okay, I'm trying to think of how I want to phrase this. I'm gonna
wish
look at
to
Goldie
stab her.
and be like, you motherfucker. I'm gonna look back at Marigold now, and I'm gonna be like, sacrificing me won't do anything because I'm not living. But I can get you more living.
Oh, you silly, silly creature. See, you're a tricksty one. Too bad I already know which god you worship. I went through your things. Do you not think that I don't already know all your little tricks, little changeling? Yeah, you probably didn't know I knew either.
My god turned its back on me when I was transformed. I have no god.
RJ has a little note in his backpack. I believe in this god specifically. So that Marigold can just look in there and be like, wow, that's crazy. I want to try to insult her or something to try to draw her ire away from Golby and to me instead.
Okay. Go ahead and
Can I-
give me... I'm going to say an intimidation check for this one.
I do bad at those. But I also do bad at all of these for the past 2 sessions. 18.
18, okay. What would you like to say?
Oogly boogly.
like, like Houston's bag with Courage the Cowardly Dog. I just want to call her name and like spit at her so she's really mad, and then try to say something like, "Oh yeah, if you're really tough, cut me first.
Oh.
Your gold dagger's lame. Why would you make a dagger out of gold?
It's very malleable.
It's not a hardened metal."
You see her look at you and go, oh, so you want to be first. Well,
Yeah, let's go. Let's go, you
alright.
stinky
You
rat.
see, as she turns around,
You think
She
you can torture me? You think I haven't been tortured before?
you see she pulls up your arm, and she just slightly cuts you. It's enough pain to not really hurt, but it's enough to annoy you. And by this time, you can see.
Can I do a
the go-
performance check and laugh? Like
You-
laugh really hard?
You may, and as you do this, the guard you can see steps up from behind her, one step.
All right, so Joel, while he is doing his performance check, he has their
15.
undivided attention.
Okay.
15. I laugh and spit at her again.
She's like,
That's what I want
"No.
to do.
Oh, you should not have done that.
So Joel,
Yes.
since that's all happening right now and they're completely focused on him, I want to shapeshift into the bat and appear behind the bugbear, and I'm going to charm him.
Okay. So
And
okay.
don't make him roll any dice either. He could do that without anybody noticing, and it'll work perfect.
I'm gonna say, give me a stealth check as you're trying to go over and to the.
Well,
bugbear.
I should be the side because I can't imagine we're lying forward, so it should be the side. And if
He
he
should
has
be
his
the-
arm up and cutting, and I'm on the side, it's going to be a little bit more
Also,
easy.
if I pass my intimidation and performance check, can he have advantage for his sneak? Because I did a lot of heavy lifting to get their attention over to me.
But there's also 2 people is the problem. It's not just the one. Go ahead, RJ.
Sorry, RJ. I tried to fight for your right.
18.
18 stealth check.
Party.
Damn. So, you
Sneaky
instantly,
man, strike again.
instantly turn into a bat. You fly by the guard's ear and go on.
Say F you.
Charm!
Do they
Which-
do they have to do a saving throw?
So, Joel, you actually gave me the ability when I became a vampire.
Okay.
Hey, hottie with a naughty
So,
body.
you didn't tell me if it was just a roll or if it was a save.
It would be a save for them. What is your... It'd be a wisdom. So, it'd be like you can cast the spell charm. Hold on, we can look at it. Give me a second. Charm. D&D. Charm person. Okay, so you can tempt... It must be a wisdom saving throw. So... Let's see. It's a wisdom attack. Yada 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 yada. It must make a wisdom save throw and does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting. You're not fighting. If it fails to save throw, it is charmed. So it's just a wisdom saving throw for them. Okay, cool. Okay, now that we know.
Which a bugbear's pretty dumb, so they should have disadvantage. Or at least like a minus point thing is what I meant to say.
While this is going on, Gronk is giving Goldilocks or whatever
Marigold.
advice on how to actually torture people. Like, do you even know what you're doing? I've been tortured 10 times worse than this every day of my life growing up. You don't want to start on the arm. You want to start by and he just keeps going on, giving her pointers, saying how bad she is at torturing people.
And at this point, Andrew, or Gronk, you are going to take
That's rude.
5 points of slashing damage as she's just continuing. Like each word you're saying, she's just bop, 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 and just keeps going.
5 points of damage with just paper cuts?
No, it's cuts. You ever cut
Paper
yourself like not deep, but it's not a paper cut.
I'm just joking.
So-
I wanted less damage.
So at this point, as she's cutting you, you can see the guard going further and further and further. And by this time, what would you like to say or do to charm this person, Mal?
Give him a wet willy.
We will treat you 100 times better. Just free my friends.
You see them perk up, and as you say this, as you're like on his shoulder, you can feel him start to move closer and closer to Marigold as quietly as he can. Cool. Okay. And as he's sneaking up, you see him raise his hands in a double clasp and just smashes down on the back of her neck as she just collapses on the floor. At this time,
That's awesome.
you see the form of the bugbear start to get smaller,
Oh no.
and and then it goes into a more like around 5 foot tall-ish height, and then you see the form of a familiar face start to appear as you see
Oldara.
a raven-like nose start to protrude from the face, and you see feathers start to go out You just hear him go, "It's time to go," as he starts unbuckling each individual person's strap against their arm. And as you see, he looks the same almost. His feathers, they are not dark purple anymore. The edges have that charred look like his hat does. And you see him run to his hat. He grabs it, puts it on, pulls the door open, and you hear him switch into a deep, like, speech as he's talking to the Goliath outside the door. Yes.
So now that we're free, there is a weapon laying on the ground. Shan't one of our strong men perhaps take a swing at the wretch on the ground?
No, I'm about to jump off of the bed as soon as the straps are loose, and I jump on her and I start punching her in the head over and over again. Because I'm angry now. Like, and it's bringing up, like, childhood trauma vibes, and I'm so mad, and I'm just like, over and over again, just
Hell
way
yeah.
past the point of where I should have stopped.
You see, as you're doing this, and you see the blood start to pool on your knuckles from them scraping against. This is the first time you feel her body as you're punching it. It's ceramic. It's hard. It's like you're punching a wall over and over and over again. And your knuckles start to bleed, but you just keep going in your furious rage. And you feel two clawed hands touch your shoulder. "Listen, we can talk about this later, but we need to leave," as he tries to, like, pull you off.
Raven, where's the switch for the pot? Above our heads. We can pull it as we leave.
It's out.
I was thinking about throwing her up into the pot. Can I try that before we do that?
Do you know
Like, I just
how
lift her up
high
and I-
that is? It's insanely
No.
high.
I don't know. I figured it was like
It's like a tower
5
thing,
feet.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like 5 feet above our head.
No.
My brain did
All
not
right.
imagine it the
I was
same
like,
way
well,
you
let's
did.
let's just go. We'll pull the lever on the way out, but lock that bitch in here.
Sounds like a good idea. Now let's go. As he rushes you all
I'm
out.
still out of it.
You see him, he slams his staff in the ground. And for a second, you feel all your forms start to move and shift. No, we just gotta be careful. We just have to pretend we're one of them and don't act like we're in a hurry, even though we are. Okay, good. And as you, like, look at each other, you can see you guys all are dressed in these bright red robes with golden tassels, and it has a 5-headed dragon on the breast there embroidered in it.
Do we still look like ourselves, or do we look like someone else in that outfit?
You look at each other, and you are different races. Each one of you are different races, but about the same height of what you were.
Which race am I?
You are a Goliath.
Ew.
Gobi, you're a gnome. Mal, you are...
I can be anything.
Literally, you can just be anything if you would like. But right now, he put you as a tabaxi. As you
Kind of
guys-
like an orc.
As he takes a torch from the wall, I can explain everything further, but right now we're just gonna get out of here, and we're going to make sure that she never hurts anybody again. As you all are going up the stairs in the light, just kind of slowly walking up the stairs, trying not to draw any eyes or anything like that. And I'm sorry, but I have to show you this because I'm afraid I couldn't help him. Let's just say you want the first victim to, well, almost get dragon-fired. As he pulls you around a corner, you see in a jail cell, you see a skeleton just kind of chained up on the wall. And you can see there's still bits of skin in it. and it's roughly frog-like as you can like see the bones and stuff as the smoke's still pouring off of the corpse.
Joel was so tired of doing that voice. He's like, he got
We
that.
will make
he
sure
got fried.
they all die.
Oh, don't worry, I have a plan for that. As you see, you guys keep going further. All right. Here is the lever. And I will see this. If you pull this lever, are we really truly as bad as they are? Or no?
My hand shoots that lever quick.
just instantly.
Just boom.
Right by Gobies.
Dude, I was gonna say the exact same thing. Like, we all three were thinking, pull the lever instantly.
All our three our hands are like stacked on each other as we all pull the lever.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
just saying,
as
we
you
missed
say-
on the opportunities to pull the lever, Grunk.
as you guys all for the first
Now yells, pull the lever, Gronk. Right.
For the first time that you guys have been together, this is like the first time where you guys, as a camaraderie, just all clasp your hands on the lever right away as the Raven says that, and you just slam it down. And you wait for a moment, and you can hear the whole mechanism just slowly shift as you can feel the earth beneath your feet start to rumble a little bit.
We all get a little Simeon because we know she's gone, but we have to keep going.
All right. Well, that was fast. you see him just starts leading you guys further up.
Oh yeah, they're dead down there now, eh?
As
Oh man, I had this whole speech and everything about this, but yeah, okay.
as you guys are heading up, you guys are passing other cult members, and you hear
Hey there.
and you see Rizzard say something in a different dialect as she's going up, and you see they nod and keep carrying on their ways. Finally, you see there's a guard at the last door up the stairs. And this guard is an orc. And you see the orc look at everyone. It says something in a very different guttural dialect. Gronk, you know this language. Well, this is full orcish.
Finally, I come in handy.
You hear...
Are you just gonna text me what he says, or are you gonna say it so everyone can hear it?
I'm gonna say it, but only you're gonna know what he said.
Yeah, you guys, don't pretend like you knew what I heard, because I'm not telling you, just like the bubble.
What?
Speaking of which, I gotta get my bubble boy back.
Yeah, where's our stuff at? Jeez, Rizzard. Also, Gronk is completely still, like, out of it. You know, like in a war movie or something crazy where they're like locked in and there's like nothing else like can like distract them from what's going on, kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. There you go, Andrew. I texted it to you.
Everybody have fun tonight.
And you guys here, unless does any of you speak Orcish before I say that? I should have checked that before I said that. As I remember, I don't think any of you guys do.
Does Rizzard speak Orcish?
You're about to find out.
I ask him.
I do not.
Okay. So all you guys hear is and
I love this man.
Becky.
and as you see, Rizzard just kind of gives his hand to you to be like, go on and tell him.
I just make something up about Marigold wanting us to do a sweep of the bar to make sure that we didn't leave any witnesses to the kidnapping.
And as you say that, you see
Seems like a plausible.
you see the orc nod to you, and he opens the door. And for the first time since you guys have been down in there, you can see sunlight start to beam in.
First time in forever.
He lets
Lovely
you
music.
he lets you outside, and you just hear the raven say, "All right, listen. We'll get about a block away, and I'll counterspell the spell, and then we can find a safe place to stay. We will find your things, and we'll go from there. Good, good, everybody."
Good.
Gronk still has like the 1,000-yard stare, like he's not in reality right now.
As you are,
Also, he said, "What is thy business with the outside world for any of you that don't speak orc?" And I said, "Marigold sent us to do a sweep of the bar."
so as you guys get about a block away, you can see Rizzard slams his staff in the ground, and the spell dissipates. And for about like 10 minutes or so, you guys still see bits and pieces of the image, but it slowly starts to fade away. Now, for your things, unfortunately, we have to go back to the bar. But before that, I can explain everything. How's that work for everybody? Let's go.
Hear it.
Let's go
Gronk
find.
is
Go ahead.
still hysterical and is completely zoned out and isn't really hearing anything that's going on. He's just there.
All right, let's go. We'll find a nice little inn, and we'll stay there for a little bit, and then we'll go to the bar, and then we'll get your things. So, I will lead the way. Just know, I've never been more happy in my life. As he bows to you.
We are so freaking excited to have you back, buddy.
And you see him like tip his hat to you. As you guys are leaving there, he takes you a little ways further deeper into the city. And it's a smallish inn. It's one that like, you know, like, it's one of those ones that don't really get business, as if they're by a better one, nobody's going to go to the smaller one. You can see
This is where, like, the outcasts go to.
Exactly.
And they all sing, "Hey, ya."
Hey, y'all!
Oh, that's an Outcast song!
I'm gonna kill myself. Anyway, you can see it just says Tel Aviv's Inn. And you go in, and you can see somebody scrubbing a table, and there's just a handful of tables. There's like 3 tables. You see them look at Rizzard, and you see he just nods. And then he leaves the room. The 1,000-yard stare. So then, Rizzard leads you guys to a table that's kind of like in the center. Now give me one moment. And see him, he grabs some candles and puts it all on the table. Now before I get started, would anyone like a drink? Water, beer, wine? Yes.
Gronk is pacing around and doesn't respond.
Gobi will take beer.
You oh
I think
Your
last time
name's
I had
Gobi.
much of anything, we were drugged. I'm going to take a break from beverages for the moment, and I'm going to go check on Gronk.
that's fair.
Gobi never.
You see Rizzard goes to the bar and he starts filling up the beer for Gobi. He comes back, places it on the
Richard
table.
owns this bar now.
Puts it on the table, and he just waves his hand for Mao to go to Gronk.
As I walk up to Gronk, I'm approaching slowly. You know, I put a gentle hand on his shoulder, you know, clear up here.
As soon as he
buddy.
feels it, like he like jerks, like
Hey,
he's
hey,
like,
bud, listen to my voice. Listen to my voice, buddy. Come back to us. You're okay. We're out of there.
he's
You're
very
fine.
angry.
Just come back, dude. I'm right here. You know me. Your best friend Raven's there. Come on,
Gronk
buddy.
starts
Come back.
looking around the room to see who's all there. Is it just us?
Yes,
So-
right now it's just you guys.
For the first time in the whole thing, Gronk starts like breaking down for real and not like holding it back anymore, and he's like angry and he's crying at the same time, and he gives Mao a hug.
I embrace him back, brother. As my arms only wrap like this far around him. It's like,
Just around one arm.
As you're doing this, there's like a useless chitter chatter happening with Gobi and Rizzard. Rizzard just like, I'm a wizard. Did you know that?
I run over and also give Rizzard a hug because I'm kind of back now.
And as you do, Rizzard gives you a very, very strong hug. And this is the first time where you can kind of like smell like the smoke off his feathers. It kind of smells a little like just like a normal fire, like a fire pit, like you're burning wood and stuff. It just kind of fills your nostrils as you're like hugging him and stuff.
Raven,
Okay.
the Ashen Wizard.
Gronk is full crying right now, and is as hard as he's trying to stop crying, he just is physically he can't right now.
Full bore, just sad kitten. Oh my word, that's amazing. So, during this time, Rizzard kind of like try to like pulls Gronk to like slowly like to a chair, so he can sob at the table. It just kind of like slowly pulls him down.
And,
Gobi's like,
and while this is
Beer.
happening, I'm gonna walk up behind Golby and I'm just gonna put two gentle hands on his shoulders. We gotta talk.
Gobi, drink beer first.
I do.
I didn't
believe
hear
we're
what
owed an
Shannon said.
explanation.
So as you do, all right, here's the full story. As you know, I had to fight that manticore before we could leave. Unfortunately, I couldn't leave. As I was fighting the manticore, he was, well, to put it lightly, he was kicking my fucking ass. The ceiling collapsed on us both, and all I saw was black. But here's the thing. I was wandering what seemed like forever. And then, out of nowhere, I see a bright light. I start wandering.
Listening.
I wandered toward the light. I heard this wonderful voice. Ever soft, warm. And I thought it was my time. I thought, I am finally going to meet this Lord of Light that Guldara was speaking so highly of. But it was her. It was Guldara herself. Raising me from the grave. You
That's
can
some powerful magic.
Ah, my friend, it wasn't magic. As he like looks at you. And you can see like he's trying not to also like break down. You can see like there's bits and pieces where he's definitely having trouble talking about, because clearly this is the first time he got to speak with his own people, his own friends in such a long time.
Gronk is super just focused right in on Rizzard. Like, you can see, like, how much of a relief this has been that Rizzard is still alive. Because it's been eating at Gronk forever.
I believe I did die, but I believe Guldara brought me back. She reached her hand down. I saw it through the pitch black darkness. I saw her hand, fully glowing. And when I grabbed it, I saw her. That was the first time that
A woman has touched me. No, just kidding.
I'm a virgin. Anyway, she grabbed my arm, and I saw her full body start to form. But it wasn't really how she looked. She looked wonderful. She looked stunning. She looked beautiful. She had wings that seemed to go on forever. She had a crown of gold and light. She had a trident that was glowing in the pitch black darkness. And she was raising me as almost I was floating off the ground. And then,
Obi, take notes about this new way of light and darkness.
and then, out of nowhere, darkness again. I opened my eyes, and I was strapped here, in that godforsaken tower. She, as you know, Marigold, was trying to take my magic and then use me as a soulless, bodiless export of their ways. And you seem like this is the first time where you guys actually like, because he's usually pretty jolly, where he looks disgusted by what he just said. I would have became a vessel. You would have been none the wiser. I would have fought you for days. Maybe even years. I don't know. But as they were filling me with this hatred for mankind, you see him look at his hands. My feathers began to change, forever covered in smoke. Who knows? Maybe I did become a vessel at some point, but I still have my own mind. Thank you very much.
Are you sure there's nothing else inside you? Maybe like a kind of like a sleeper agent deal? Brainwashed
Okay.
even in the slightest?
Gronk also has put his hand on the back of Rizzard's back, reassuringly.
Mm-hmm.
My question comes off cold and calloused, but it's something we have to know.
Well, I was gonna say I put my hand on there before you even asked a question. It had nothing to do with the
Okay.
question.
Okay. So as Gronk puts his hand, Mao asks the question. And he's like, and you see him like kind of look at you sternly, but not in an aggressive manner. Just serious. He looks at Mao. I don't know. But
Well, if you feel anything inside you going against us, let us know immediately. And if you can't, do something. Cast a spell in a random direction that will give us a sign.
I have this. You see him reaches into a bag and you see him pulls out. This blade is fully black. It's just a dagger from here to here. You can see the whole blade is kind of like almost like it does a half circle and then it just juts out that way at the top.
So almost like a sickle.
Almost, yeah. Yeah, exactly. He hands it to Mao, but as you guys are holding it together, he doesn't let go. He says this sternly to Mao. If I ever lose control, this is the only thing that can stop it. Do you hear me? And he looks at Mao directly in the eyes.
And you mean end it.
And you see him let go. I mean, save yourselves. And you see him start to lean back in his chair as he like pulls out a little pipe. puts a little bit of tobacco in it, lights it with his finger, and starts puffing on it.
Bold request, but I shall oblige.
You see him nod to you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. As who knows, there might be a time where you might need to use it. I hope not. I've seen them use it, hence why I have it. But I never thought I would see you again. I'm gonna be...
Gronk, I just imagine Gronk running to the tower with that little dagger just stabbing everybody.
Just angry screaming.
So I take it there's special beings out there that this can only harm.
Yes. We tend to
Was
call them...
Marigold one?
Is Marigold dead?
Well, let's just say this. You may kill her body, but her soul will always come back. As you may not have known with these types of, how do I say, puppets.
Pottery?
With them, their soul can leave the body willingly or forcefully like you have done. So no, she's not gone yet. And you see as he says, and the door flings open. And this, you guys see, Gobi is the first one to meet this person for the first time. You other two, Gronk and Mao, you see a familiar purple figure at the doorway. And you see him just go, well now, you got your little bird back. That is something.
Gronk gets up and is standing there. Like, you need to leave.
I mean, the only weapon I have is that sickle, and I have it poised to strike.
I just say you need to leave.
Okay.
Very angry. Should I roll for intimidation?
I'll give it to you, go ahead.
Let me pull up my character sheet.
Gobi is confused.
Gobi is a
Gobi. I'll explain it to Gobi.
kidnapper, technically.
Gobi, you see a purple-skinned figure. They have a crown of antlers around their head. It goes all the way around and then kind of just shoots up into horns on the side. They have long purple hair, and they're wearing like a simple cloth black top and black pants. And you can see, like, as you're looking, you can see, like, their fingernails are, like, really long and kind of gross looking. Yes.
I rolled, and then I rolled bad, so I used my second wind to do a tactical roll, and I rolled a 10. So now I'm at 10... 14 for intimidation. So not great, but not horrible either. Does it
Andrew,
succeed or fail?
2 dice, please.
As you see, he walks in even in closer, and he's still clapping.
So it doesn't work?
As far as you can tell.
Okay, well, because I need to know so I can uncheck my second wind, because if it doesn't work, I get my second wind back.
As far as you can tell, it did not. He actually walks in further to about like 10 or so feet away from you guys.
To be honest, I didn't expect him to leave.
And as you see a very
dumb.
familiar other face, you see Sir Tilmar enter the room behind him.
Hey,
Gobi.
Tilmar, old friends!
you
Gobi.
should bring out your
Still tagging
charm
along
now.
with this piece of crap, I see.
Gobi, you see it's a very large lizard folk. They look like a crested gecko if you ever seen one before. And they're wearing very fine plate armor, like it's super shiny and neat. You see him carrying a glaive in one hand. This is the first time where you guys notice right now, as Sir Tilmar is entering and he listens to Mao, he looks at you, Mao, and you notice his eyes are like glowing in the dark and they're red.
You're not Sir Tilmar anymore, are you?
No, I had to get rid of that sourpuss. He was really down in my style, if you know what I mean. And he seemed like
Jesus, dude! Like at no point in time have you made any effort to make yourself likable. I don't know why you're here to talk to us, but I really don't care to listen to you speak.
Stab him with a magic blade.
Oh, my friend. You know exactly why I'm here. I'm just checking on things until we can have our moment, dear friend.
Well, we're here, you're here. Let's make our moment now.
Oh, you see him just kind of like laugh. If you want to make this your moment, then you're gonna die. I'm gonna tell you right now. He tried to swing at me, and he points at Gronk. I flung his blade away, like it was easy. And you think, because you have a fancy little blade like that, you think you're gonna hurt me now? Really?
Use the wand of lightning.
You
that we
don't know
have.
until we try.
How about this? If you can beat Sir Tilmar, I'll even wait till tomorrow. How about that?
Wait till tomorrow for what?
Well, to fight your friend there, big one. And you see him like give you a wink.
Well, boys, what do you say?
You see a
A
Rizard.
lot of people have told us that we're not going to survive if we pick a fight with them, and we have beaten all of them.
You
so
see,
far.
you see Rizard kind of lean into there. I don't think this is very wise of you.
You fought a manic horde and pretty much lived.
I lived because somebody revived me, not because I beat the Manacle.
Showing fear isn't the right move right now there, buddy.
Gronk is going to try to be like Rizard. You know that the lizard folk is going through exactly what you just went through, where they pushed his memories and his brain, his mind out and made him into a husk of a soldier that he can control.
You see Rizard kind of like looking around, kind of looking frustrated. I don't think you realize what you're dealing with. You see him
We've
like
also heard that a bunch of times.
you see him look at Sir Tilmar. Even him alone can kill us all in here. I don't know about you, but after doing that, as he points like towards a little bit like towards the tower, after doing that, I'd rather not have to die.
Fine, Rizard. We shall wait. I lower my weapon.
You see, as Faith just slowly starts clapping again. Oh, what a display! What a display! Wow.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Grace, one day we will watch your blood spill, and I will stand above your body and laugh.
Oh, you think so?
Go back to Louisiana.
You see him just go like this. Here I am, big guy. Go ahead.
At this moment, Gobi's gonna get down and nonchalantly just go fill his mug.
Just give me a stealth
I
check,
was
'cause
like-
that's hilarious.
I was like, Golby's gonna like.
Well, he
try to
didn't even say
sneak
he was
attack.
sneaking. He was just blatantly doing it.
Golby wants everyone to know that he's going to fill
Wait,
his
wait,
mug.
wait,
and
wait! You weren't doing it sneakily. You were just getting off the table, just
No,
chilling.
he just in the middle of the thing. He just got up and walked over.
Okay, then you won't need the roll. If you're just walking over, you don't even need the roll. So as you're just wandering over, you
Excuse me.
you start pouring. Well, you got a whole bunch of new friends. You got your little Raven man who already died. Congrats on that, by the way. Wow, you're something else. As he looks at Gobi. You really think he's gonna last long in here? You guys don't even trust him. Ain't that funny?
Do we have any snacks in here?
Not right now! You see Rizard kind of like getting frustrated.
Speak your piece,
Fine.
Grace, or
I'll
leave.
find him myself. Gobi's gonna look around for snacks while this is happening.
Oh, I just wanted to congratulate you on getting your wizard friend back. That's all. I didn't mean no offense. And you can tell, like,
Good.
there's a little.
Congratulations to us. Leave.
Also, you kind of put in some threats in there in the middle. You didn't just come in and say, "Hey, congrats, Raven's back." You also threatened, "This isn't the fight. We're gonna kill you later," kind of thing. So, sorry if we're not very happy about your appearance. But Gronk says it more Gronky than that, because
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's exactly how Gronk would say it.
It's like Sassy Andrew. Probably not. You see him look at you. Oh, you want a little bit of the spotlight too there, big boy? Oh, that's cute. That's adorable. You really need to keep that one on chain there, Mal. Because me and you are going to have some fun later, huh, buddy? And he like winks at you, and he turns around, and he starts blowing on his harmonica. As you see, Sir Tilmar's there for like an awkwardly long time, and then he turns towards the door and slowly leaves.
What's... He has a harmonica?
Mm-hmm.
He's always had a harmonica.
Yeah, when you guys first met him, he was playing the blues in the jail cell.
Well, that was when he first met me. Gronk wasn't
Yes.
there.
Also true.
Because he's from the South.
Yep, the deep south.
Deep South.
Or-
Indeed.
Technically, we're in the south of the continent that we're on right now.
It's very true. It's very true.
And he's the only one with an accent here.
He talks funny.
Joel, you need to give everyone a southern accent here right now.
Oh god, no. Not again. I've already lived through that through high school. Not again. Anyway.
Can you just do hillbilly accents for every single show that you ever put on? Because you know what's funny? Hillbilly.
Forever.
You know what? You know how do we get free scripts? We search hillbilly script. Because nobody is paying for them because they're bad.
Womp womp. Anyway, you see Rizzard kind of like staring at the table, and like he actually punches the table, and you feel the glass start to move from Gobi's drink.
Yeah, Gobi.
He is much more powerful than I. If we were to fight him, we all would have died instantly.
I mean, if I learned anything from Lord of the Rings, Rizzard, you should be stronger now.
Wrong universe, my friend.
All right, we need to get our stuff back.
Right.
Where's Kind?
Ah. See, that's where we need to be careful. Either A, we can go in guns a-blazing, seems to be more your style anyway, or we can do my method. I can transform you, we can get Kind, we can get your things, and we'll all be safe.
I say let's do the transforming thing so I can get Kind back guaranteed. Like, I don't want to not get Kind back.
Well, I mean, going in guns a-blazing would be
Gronk out of
Better.
character.
if we had our weapons, but I'm the only one that seems to have a weapon at this moment, other than maybe the wizard, so we should probably do the transformation.
Gronk has a couple of weapons here, lefty and righty. He starts talking like the frog.
Frog really left a mark on him.
Oh, nice. No, Gronk out of characterly agrees with Rizzard that we should try to not fight anybody in there. We should just go in, get our stuff, and get out.
Agreed.
Because Kind is in there.
Also, I'm not
This is
saying
the
there
plan.
won't
We
be.
go in there, we throw Golby up onto the ledge, and he climbs in through the second floor window. Throw Golby, throw Golby.
Hey, we're going back to the spider scenario. Throw Golby.
One of these times I'm gonna throw Gobi and it'll
This is
work
not
out.
my character Throw Me. This is Gobi. I know they sound similar, but I already did that.
Before we do that, I need a little break because it's really hot in here. So I'm going to take a five little minute break. I'm going to go pee, drink water, all that stuff. So we'll be back, everybody.
pull out your vial of bacon grease and start lathering.
Flashbang and lathering. What a way to start back up.
Can you carry a small amount of C4 with a electric trigger?
No.
Also, Joel, an underrated defense mechanism is a high-powered concealable flashlight. Josh Ranger will carry one about this big that's like, I don't know, a couple million lumens. It will heat up quick in your hand, so you gotta be careful about that. But if you shine that in somebody's eyes, they are fucking blinded.
I'm like I said, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. It's really just for the crack addicts.
Dude, you need pocket sand.
I'll just carry that around. Pocket sand.
I didn't know his voice actor died.
I didn't know either until
Like, a
just
lot
recently.
of the voice actors in that TV show are dead.
True.
Like the
What show?
blonde lady, she's dead.
Yeah.
The real redneck hillbilly dude that has the missing teeth, that I think was like her husband or whatever, he's dead.
That's sad.
Boomhauer, I'm pretty sure his voice actor is dead.
Everybody.
Didn't John Redcorn just
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
shot and
yeah,
killed
he-
in his front yard?
Yeah, he's like defending or something like that.
Yeah. Yes, sir. But anyway, we'll hop back on to better and happier news. Oh my gosh. So,
My gosh.
I got my Magnum.
that's a very expensive bag. You guys are heading
It's
back.
actually called Magnum.
You guys are heading back to the bar. Now, is there anything you guys would like to do beforehand or no?
Nope, I mean, we're already in disguise. Let's get it.
No, I need my stuff in order to do anything.
That's fair. Especially if you're a rogue.
Start
Did
doing
Wizards give
shadow-
us clothes to wear?
Well, you guys are wearing like just simple cloth robes. That's it.
Oh, I really thought we were naked. When I said,
No.
"Oh, we're naked," and you
No.
didn't say no, I was like,
But they took my
Thanks.
cloak.
Yes, they did. They did indeed. So, as you guys are heading towards the bar, you see him slam his staff down as you guys are instantly transformed into different races. He just did the same thing that you guys did when you guys were in the tower.
"You should make these small ones so I can learn how it's like, and I can give Golby a high five on his own level." Hey!
As you all are heading towards the third floor, you see a familiar bartender. And as he's going by, you can see he's filling up drinks for everybody. You guys keep going up and up and up and up and up. And finally, you guys get up to the third floor. You notice the same bartender is there. You see a very familiar group. And you just see,
Thank you, boo boo.
and you see Rizzo go, okay. As long as we do this carefully, we just head to the closet. He points to the same closet that the bartender showed you. There is a secret door to that closet. So we just need to make sure we go in there. You see, as you guys are all heading towards the closet, you see the bartender slam on the bar. And what do you think y'all doing? You see Rizzard turn around. And you see him, yeah, he does the same thing, Mao. He just,
Us?
oh my god. Oh my god. No, this is my wife. Oh my god. Stop. Stop! There's so many. Oh, it's a video. We'll have to wait for that later. He just kept going off. I'm like, how many is it? Good lord. So as you see, Rizzo just goes like this, like, yes, you. Who else am I talking about? You see him beckons you guys over. you see Rizzard kind of just shrug and start walking towards the bar. Have you guys lost your bloody minds? You know you order a drink first before you go in there. Are you dull? You see?
Yes.
The drinks here taste weird last time we were here.
Made me real sleepy.
Last time I was here, the drink wasn't that good.
And you see, he looks around. Yeah, I know you're bloody dull, as he looks Mao directly in the face. You see,
Round. So up to backseat. That's what I do back. Just round.
you see him just
We order a round of root beer floats.
the bloody new hires every time. And you see him, he's actually giving you empty casks of ale, each one of you. And they're just like, they're small little barrels. And he just hands one to each of you. Now, go sit down, pretend you're having a lovely time. Okay? Okay, good talk.
I just approach the nearest empty table that's away from others.
Okay. The others just kind of follow suit, I'm assuming.
Woohoo! I'm having a fun time. This is awesome. Yeah.
You just hear Rizzard, take it down a notch. Take it down a notch.
I don't think Gronk really would have done that, but that's okay.
He didn't pour me any.
Yes, that's the point. You see Rizzard unscrew what's the bottom of this. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna put my phone on vibrate. I love my wife, but oh my god, oh my goodness. I thought she was gonna be outside there, creepily videotaping me. As
She comes in, kills you. Should have had your volume up.
that might happen. Anyway, you see Rizzard start to unscrew the bottom of the cask, and you see he pulls out a little platform which has a key on it, and he looks at you all and he holds it up. You all have one, so if you don't mind. Mao, you pop it open, a key. Gobi, you pop yours open, a key. Gronk, you open yours, a key. Right. I think now we should be fine.
That was the worst mystery box I've ever opened.
It's
I
'cause
still want beer.
yes, Gobi, we'll get you a beer later. Please don't ruin this. And you see, as you guys all head towards the room, making sure. You can see the rest of them are just being loud and rambunctious. You can actually tell that there's actual drinks in their hands as they're slamming it together and beer's pouring over on the table.
I'll be so jealous right now.
Gobi's just like a dog with peanut butter, just.
I'm gonna put a gentle hand on Rizzard to get his attention because, like, you know, we're being a little more quiet than everything else. So I'm just gonna like whisper in his ear. Was that Gith Yankee fuck a part of this group?
Well, unfortunately, yes. And that's how they've been getting people, as you have all unfortunately met. But unfortunately,
Pulls out a gun.
Kill him.
Pulls out a gun, points it at him.
trust me, Mao. So do I. So do I.
Trust me, Mao. Guns don't
As you
exist
guys-
yet.
As you guys open the door, you see Rizzard as he's like touching the wall, and you can see it like all the casks, all the asks. Asks is what I said. I didn't say ass. I said asks. All the casks.
Join the Dragon Club isn't that bad.
Donkey did it in Shrek. Why can't we? It's
God damn it. I hate you all.
TD.
I hate you all. Anyway, he pushes one of them back, and you feel like a sudden shift in the ground floor as a wall slowly creaks open. And you see there are 4 keyholes inside the wall. You all put your keys inside the keyhole. You all turn it. You're as you feel the floor start to rumble, and then you feel the room start to go slowly down. As you guys hit the bottom, it is a pitch black way in front of you. Except for a couple of you, because a couple of you have dark vision, aka Gobi, Grunk. Mao now has dark vision.
yeah.
Well, it's not very dark down here, guys, is it? Winks at everyone but Rizzard.
My favorite thing about dark vision is you see everything in like black and white. So if there's anything of color that was of significance, you can't see it.
Yeah, pretty much. You guys are looking into the darkness, and you can see that it's just jail cells, and there's a door at the end of the way. All right, at that door, and that's where you'll find your things. However, we have to find Kind first.
We
I
find
just
the
start
dog,
whistling.
then we find our weapons.
Can I just do a whistle to see if Kind will bark, and we can just go to the bark?
As you whistle, instantly you hear a roar, very loud, and it kind of like echoes down the hallway. Yeah, it's not like a soft whimper. It's not like it's like the most aggressive bark you could hear. As you guys make your way down, you see a bunch of just scrawny looking humanoids with skin that seems to sag. They're all bald on top. They look like a great representation is, you know, when
We go to the Ponderosa Villa.
no, not old people. You know when Ursula is stealing the souls of all those creatures in The Little
And they turn
Mermaid?
into tadpoles.
Yeah. So all those things that are like, you know, like ugly and wrinkly, they look like that, basically, except humanoid. And they're all like reaching for you. They're not saying words, they're just groaning "Arr!" as they're reaching through the bars. Pay no mind to them, they're already lost. And as you make your way, you see a very, very rambunctious Kind. As the minute he sees Gronk, he starts going around the small 4x4 room, just in circles, just running fast and fast and fast around the room. All right. You see, Rizzard puts his hands on the bars for a second. You see them start to glow red and slowly begin to melt. Yes, actually kind of like that, yes. Great representation. Slowly starts about, all right, Kind, just be very, very... And you see Kind just jumps through the bars. Careful. You see Kind instantly runs up to Gronk, gets up, and tries to lick his face.
Gronk vomits from the disgusting...
From the disgusting dog touching me.
Yeah.
I remember when I first had chocolate. I hated it.
All right. I know this is a bit of a reunion, but we need to hurry. You see Rizzard as he's like rushing you all along. You see him put his hand on the doorknob. You hear him whisper something, and you see the doorknob jiggle, and then just and open slightly. Unfortunately, I don't have the key to that lock.
Please.
Open, please. And there you see your things. You see your bags. You see your clothes, all neatly packed on one of the shelves in the room.
We
Unfortunately,
all jump at the same time and freeze in the air like the end of a 90s movie.
yeah.
They all went on to die in the tower.
All right, so you said we didn't have the key to our stuff, or did we get our stuff?
No, Rizzard unlocked the door. Your stuff is just
With
on
magic.
the shelf.
All right.
Unfortunately,
He
they were,
holds
the
gonna,
door to unlock.
they were gonna make you, well, after they melted away your bones, they were gonna make you into husks, and they were gonna give you things back so you could wear them again. Anyway, we have better news. Please hurry, get your things all turned around so I don't have to watch you all be naked. You see him just kind of like turn around in the doorway so he's not staring at you guys. Just
Don't you usually put the armor over the cloth clothes? I don't feel like you wear like metal armor.
those
Just
aren't your cloth clothes. You just have the ones that the cult gave you.
Are they comfortable?
All right, so as I begin to change, I don't care shamelessly, clothes fall off, don't give a shit. I'm gonna talk to Rizzard. I'm gonna be like, hey, are we coming back the way we came in?
Now, here's the thing. We can either go the fun way, or we can go back that same way. Up to you.
Here's the thing. There is casks that have alcohol. If we have a candle, we can position it in a manner that it will fall after a certain period of time. And if it causes one of those casks to leak, as that candle drips down, the flame will hit it, start the tavern on fire. But if we're not leaving through the tavern and we leave through a different exit, it'll burn the tavern down. And it could expose these tunnels for the guards.
Or Rizzard goes outside and shoots a fireball through the window, disguised as someone
Well,
else, and we run away.
Well, I mean, I guess, yeah.
I like this plan. That's a fun plan.
We're just trying to be cool.
Can't we just be cool? Rizzard, can you make us look cool?
Actually,
We all look exactly the same, but with big sunglasses on. Yeah.
all right. I actually like that plan. That's a good plan. So the question is, I say again, do you want to do it the fun way or do you want to do it the hard way? Because we can either exit the same way we just did, or B, we can go through here and I have a... You see him just start to smirk. Either way.
All right. Well, I was going to say we can go up there, start the candle, leave through the way that you want to go in, so then the tavern starts on fire as we're leaving through your way. That was what I was thinking.
Oh, goody, 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 goody. You see him like start to
Let's
clap
go
his
both
hands.
ways.
You see him just... Have you ever rode like a horse before? Anything like that? As he like
A
looks
horse?
at you.
Yes.
He's rode a dog, and I can't ride a horse.
Ah,
Horses are not
this
that...
will be fun. This will be really fun. All right, here we go. And you
Is it a
see him,
big horse?
as you guys are going back the same way. You guys are going up the elevator. Now the question is, do we want to look like this as he snaps his fingers and you guys all go back to normal? Or do we want to look like this? And he snaps it back and you guys all return to that other form.
I would say
Keep the
stay in
disguise,
disguise.
cause the chaos.
Ah, I like your thinking. All right, and as you guys exit through the,
Do we need to do a roll or anything to set the candle up, or is it just we can set it up and leave? Is fine.
oh, you guys wouldn't need to roll for that. So, who would like to set it up?
Mao. He has some
All right.
dainty little hands to set it up with.
Yeah, no, I can do it.
All right, Mal, you set up the candle and you kind of like nonchalantly, after you order an actual drink from the bartender, nonchalantly start to pour a little bit of alcohol towards the storage room. Now, I will need a sleight of hand check as you are trying to pour this while the other table is still out there, and plus with the bartender there as well.
All right. So rather than sleight of hand, can I just do a performance check and pretend to be just absurdly drunk?
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
Because I feel like my performance is higher than my stealth, and it is.
I'm okay with it.
Colby is stealthy. But Colby never drops the beer; he drinks it.
15.
15.
And I used one of my amulet's abilities, so I
Okay.
have 2 more for the day.
Perfect. Okay. So, what would you like to perform as you're doing it?
As I'm walking and I'm just kind of holding it to the side, I'm just gonna be singing a little tune, swaying and going around like, hey, I'll get the next round. Don't you worry, I'll get the next one. You know, as I just like stumble into the door, kind of thing.
As you're like spilling purposely, but like with such a flair.
With the intent.
Yeah.
You know,
with such a flair that you're actually making a trail slowly but surely to the room. And you hear the other table go, yeah! As they all start chugging their drinks. You see the bartender go, oh, you got to be fucking kidding me. We have another rebel rouser group. Great.
Didn't ask you. I asked for more drinks, sir.
It's December.
Us haven't even paid for our first drinks.
Yeah.
Ordering around for the whole bar.
So I got tired.
Why are you watching TikToks right now?
It accidentally opened up. I just was checking my notification on Snapchat.
Oh. I was just like, that is really close to the mic. Everyone's just hearing all these ads going on. Only you can prevent wildfires. Oh,
Only
you're
I
gonna
can
hit.
start wildfires.
All right, so as you are doing this, you see the rest of the group just barely like, yeah, joining in Mal's performance. And then finally, you make your way all the way to the cask in the storage room. All right. Now, all we need is the candle.
Well, we had a candle on the desk with us, so, or a table or whatever, because he said he's put one on there earlier.
Mm-hmm. You see, Rizzard. I'm gonna need your little beer there. As he points at Mal, and he like takes a drink, and he starts tumbling over to the candle and goes, boop. As a fire just starts leading slowly to you guys.
We're starting a fire right now.
You see Rizzo just go, all right, that alcohol's a lot more potent than I thought. Let's get out of here. As he starts running towards you guys.
Sneaky.
As you guys open the door, you guys turn the key once again. You start to feel the elevator start to move. Right as the elevator moves, you hear a large as the whole elevator starts to shudder and shake as it leads you all the way down. That was close. I did not realize that alcohol was as potent as it was. Good on you, Mal. That was still fun. He'll hit you in the shoulder.
I do love it when a plan comes together.
No. We're gonna have some fun. As you all are sprinting towards the end of the doorway, you see Rizzard he talks in a speech that you all don't understand. low, but it's kind of like it's wavy. It's almost like an elven speech. It's not an ugly, deep guttural speech. It's just low and soft. And you see the walls start to push out. And you see the other walls start to push out. And you see a tunnel start to makeshift above you guys. All right, I can only do that once. Isn't that great? And you see him as he snaps his fingers. He grabs a broom and he snaps his fingers again, and you all feel like a soft wood handle touch your hand. And there behind you are all brooms floating lightly above the ground. All right, choose your steed.
I'll take this one. I just grabbed the very first one without looking at it.
Yours is like
I'd try to find a big one.
Mouse, yours is like, it's green. The whole handle is green. You can see like there's a light green flame coming from the end of it. Gronk, yours is very long and it has a curve at the end where it's like easier to hold on to.
Yeah, that's right. Now tell me about my broom.
Your curves down? That makes me sad for you. Easier to pee, I guess. Anyway. Gobi. Are you joining on somebody else's broom or are you taking your own?
Where's Kind?
Kind, actually, as you
He's
can
on the broom.
as you can see, Kind actually gets polymorphed into a smaller version of a wolf. And you see him get raised up by Rizzard and he puts it in Gronk's lap.
It's a
I was
Pomeranian.
panicking. Just like, what the fuck is going on?
I'll take my own then.
All right, Gobi, yours has a skull at the end of it that's slowly breathing fire and it's fully black, and you can see the black start to it's really shadowy near the brim of the broom, and it just kind of leaves little entrails at the end of it. All right, well, I tried to make it to where it suits you all, and well, let's go. And you see him pull up. And as you guys go straight up at incredible speeds, you guys are going like what feels like 100 miles an hour straight towards the roof. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And you see him move his hands, and the roof opens up just enough to get you all out. And as you guys look back down, the roof starts to close.
Dude, Rizzard turned into Doctor Strange in the glass dimension real quick.
Hopefully he doesn't get the terrible CGI eye, you know?
The third eye. Ah, my eye! Anyway. If you know, you know.
I'm very glad that Rizzard specified, well, I can only do this once. That way we can't just every time we're in a sticky situation. Let's get the brooms and open up the ceiling.
I mean, we've stumbled across fireball wands that only worked once, so I feel like it's something similar.
You see him, as you guys are all flying in the sky, he looks at you all. I'll explain later. Oh, that was a fire. That was real close. Anyway. Thought I was getting shot at my house. Be dodging for snipers. Anyway.
Get out the ball bearing.
Get out the monkey fist. It's the only way versus a gun. Yeah. Versus a meth head, I have confidence. Versus a gun, no confidence.
It'd be like Indiana Jones, you're doing sick tricks with it, and he just shoots you.
That wouldn't be bad luck. You guys are all flying. And then you guys get to the edge of the city, and he dissipates the spell, and the broom slowly starts to dissipate. Now, what I mean by I can only do that once is that's part of the tower. So sorry. I wish I could have the brooms, but I only knew about that because, well, Marigold showed me, and I Love to fly brooms. So, anyway, what are we doing now?
Well,
At this time, you could hear like a whole crowd of people going, "Ah, there's a fire!" And you hear a bunch of footsteps going towards the fire.
good,
Maybe not
good.
sit here.
We go and stand in front of the bar and point and laugh.
Hold on. While we're still in the air, can we see if the flame is progressing aggressively enough to actually put them in fear of engulfing the whole tavern?
Give me.
Or is it going to be, or is it like going to be?
Are they going to be able to put it out?
give
Because
me-
this makes a difference on my next move.
Okay, give me a perception check.
I'm going to do a perception check.
I
If
will
Joel
as well.
allows it.
I will allow everyone.
Only
I'll
if
do a
Joel
team one.
allows it.
I'll do a team one. That's
A
okay.
team? Dude,
Alright,
I'm
I got
on a
13.
team.
13. Okay,
I got a 13.
this is getting weird.
17.
Okay, that's less weird.
Gobi
I
has
was
eagle
concerned.
eyes. Gobi can see the ants on the ground.
Binoculars. Fuck are these guys doing?
As the rest of them are just like, I can't
Like trying to-
tell. It is a slow flame, for what you can tell. However, the building is on fire, but it is a slow flame.
Can I fly the
Alright,
broom
well,
over and
tell
pour
me,
some of my
13
oil onto it?
13 should be able to tell me, is it cloudy? Is it nighttime? What time of day is it? What, like, that kind of stuff.
You guys left the tower during daytime, and we'll say a couple of hours have happened in between then at the bar, the whole bit with that, and as you guys get transformed, you guys do that. So I will say... We'll say it's probably nighttime. It would probably be around like 6 or 7 o'clock, so it's like, it's just slowly starting to get dark.
Okay, this is kind of
So I'm-
crazy, but if we're in the air, can I fly over and pour the oil I have in my kit down onto the ceiling of the, like, the roof of the building so that the fire spreads more?
Oh yes.
I have
What we
oil!
all do. Hold on,
What
hold
am
on.
I
So-
using oil for if not to start the roof of the building on fire?
I have a lightning wand that has, I think, 7 charges or something like that.
Mhm.
So we can see where we started the one fire. I want to use the lightning wand to cast the lightning bolt on top of like a different area on the roof to start another fire.
This is it. This is it. I fly down and drop the jar of oil on the roof, and then you strike it with the lightning.
Ooh.
It explodes. All
Is
right,
that-
Joel,
is
don't
that
make us...
Hold on. Is that what you guys want to do then? Is that what you want to do?
If Gronk wants to do that, that's fine. I will strike it with lightning,
Okay.
but I don't know if
This is
Gronk,
RJ's
really,
plan,
Gronk, that's
but
up to you, man. If you
bigger.
want to dump the oil, that's up to you.
How much oil do
Oh,
you
yeah.
have? That's
I
the
have
question.
it's 2 pounds is what it says. 2 oil.
It's like two bottles of oil.
You can douse a creature, object, or space with oil, or use it as fuel. When you
Does it
take
say-
the attack action, you can replace blah blah blah.
Does it say how big?
It's within 20 feet.
Does it say like how big the
That's-
area
oh,
it
right here.
makes?
Yeah. You can take the utilize action to pour an oil flask on level ground to cover 5 feet
Oh,
square.
okay. Okay.
And since I have 2,
You can make
then
10
I
feet.
can cut 10 feet of the roof covered in oil, which is probably most of the roof.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay, so I fly down close and throw the oil down there.
Okay, so we'll rewind it back here.
That's what I
So
want to do.
we won't have Rizzard say all that. We'll back up and Gronk, you fly low, and I mean low, as the fire starts to spread. You can see panic start to happen. You see the Githyanki on fire, like, as he's running through.
I just
Good.
laughed.
Good. Bitch.
Kidding, but
as you guys do.
We're kind of turning into murder hobos.
Just pour a little of the oil
Slowly
on the
but
Githyanki.
surely.
I don't want you blaming me for this.
So you douse the roof on and I would say it takes about like maybe like 30 seconds tops, because I mean it's easy. You just pull the cork and you just pour it.
As I'm flying over.
Oh, Joel, I did want to ask one thing, and I forgot it when they were picking up the equipment.
Yes.
Was Muck's equipment with it?
There was indeed.
I did
His
want to grab his
loincloth?
championship belt. It's gonna circle back, don't worry. But I just want to make sure that I had that
Yeah.
with me.
I'll let it happen. I'll let it happen.
All right,
Can
thank you.
Can I pour a little bit of the oil on the Githyanki so he starts more on fire as I'm going over?
You would have to get really close.
Yeah, you'd have to
That's
get
okay.
too close. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about
Like-
that. He's already
like-
on there.
I really would love to do that.
So for an example, like the bars here, the roof that you guys are burning are like is up here.
yeah.
Because the bar is out in the open, so people can like look out and stuff like that. But so you pour the oil on, bop bop. It takes a good 30 seconds. You fly up. Mal, would you like to do the honors of this part?
Hadavakadama.
As the first time you use that, you put your hand out and you kind of like prepare yourself as you slowly get pushed back the longer the thunderbolt goes, and just goosh, it's just a straight beam of lightning energy that just bursts forward from the wand, and instantly the roof just instant fire as the fire instantly slowly like starts, well, not instantly, just it starts to spread down the
And an
roof,
explosion.
down the roof, and hit the bar even more. So now you can tell it is not a slow fire anymore. It's really just going through the whole thing, just like a wave, just.
Now you might as well shoot a couple bolts at the tower we were trapped in too. I don't know. Flying.
Well, the tower would typically be stone, so that wouldn't work as well.
I mean, it could do some damage.
But anyway, the whole point of burning this thing down is to expose the tunnels. That's the whole point of this. It's not to destroy the tower, but it's to draw attention to the tunnels, which lead to the Earthling
look at
creature
this.
things.
During
The
this
whole
time,
point was to kill the Githyanki, I'm pretty sure.
during this time, the panic is starting to settle in with everybody that's in the building and everybody that's around the building. You're gonna hear screams of fear and pain for those who were in the building, as everybody's just kind of like running as far away as they can, just screaming fire, fire. Whoa!
We show up. Oh no! Oh dang it! That was our favorite bar.
Oh, jeez, that's so
Dang.
crazy. That's so crazy.
Good thing we weren't in there. Good thing we haven't been in there all day.
And on top of that, we're still in disguise, so if
Yes.
anybody does see us in the air, they're not going to see us.
Exactly.
They're like witches are firebombing the town.
You just see Rizard go, that was a little messed up, I'm not gonna lie. I've gotta feel a little bad.
Rizzard's
You
the
don't
one
feel
that
bad for
started the
destroying
fire.
evil.
Also, Rizzard started the fire technically. We just helped it along.
You're right. Anyway, isn't this fun? As he just nudges Mal on the
I
shoulder.
told you it'd be the fun way.
I'd like
Alright.
to point out Goki has had no part of this.
Kobe's just like
It's just
in awe
surprising.
of the genocide that just happened.
Well, but it was pretty much mostly just people who were working for the Dragon Cult in there.
It was like
I'd
all people that were
assume-
working for the Dragon Cult.
And I'd assume any regular tavern goers on the first floor probably got out of there before we flew by and blew up the roof.
Hard to tell.
Because it's like a slow fire, and I'm sure they were.
Oh my god!
It's hard to tell with the building on fire.
I didn't grab no shit, nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life.
I ran for my life. All right.
Nobody got time for
Well,
that.
I think there's enough time for dilly dally. I think we should leave. I don't know about you all, but yeah. It just flies off.
Rizzard, lead us away.
Ah, yes. Where are we headed before I lead us all? As he looks at you all.
We need to sleep. Somebody ought.
I mean, that's
You
fine.
guys
but
might have forgot.
Do we stay in town or do we leave?
I say we stay in town because we have to go to the magic shop in the morning and get all our metal.
Do
that we
you really
earned.
want to admit what we have done here?
I don't think I have to admit it. I just think that he'll know that they're gone and we can get the metal. That metal's worth a lot of money. And he's the one that hired us to destroy them. So I think we should go get the metal.
All right, let's find an inn far away from both the Magic Man and the tavern. Like, let's go like across town, find a place, find an inn.
Also,
remain in disguise. By the way.
What if we
Alright,
change our
guys.
disguise, have them change our disguises to something else? It's still not us, but is also not the people that we're seeing flying through the sky portal.
That's true. I mean, I don't even have to have Rizzard do that for me. I can do that. myself.
I want to ask Rizzard to change me to something else while we're
What?
spending the night
Well,
in
and
town.
we want to land in a place where no one sees us.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
first.
Change, and then walk out.
He actually he takes you a little bit outside the town because you guys are still in that tiny town. He actually takes you a little bit outside the town. He releases the spell, so you all go back to Dorval. All right, here's something different, and he snaps his finger. Gronk, you're a gnome. Gobi, this is the first time you felt tall. You're a Goliath. Mao, he's like, well, do you want me to change you or do you want me to not?
Oh, I'll just change myself into another humanoid shape, but this time I'll be brunette with brown eyes.
Oh, that works. And you see Rizzard turn himself into a chicken. A very tall chicken. Ah, yes. You see him look at himself. I had a friend. Ah, I miss him. Anyway, let's go. As you all head towards
All
this,
right, Sally ho.
he just leads you to the same inn. Now there's gonna be no eyes, there's gonna be no one near, so we can go to that same tavern that we were at. As long as your purple friend
I
doesn't
look
show
at
up.
Colby and I say, I go like this, like, come on, pick me up, dude. Because I'm
I
not
look
used to having to move my legs this much to move.
I'll just grab him and lift him up myself.
You, for the first time in your entire life, Grog, you feel these gigantic hands pick you up and raise you on their shoulder. It feels like you're in a cart that's moving from side to side as he's walking along. Now, you guys are taken to the same tavern. He sits you down at the same table. All right. Wow, that was a little messier than I anticipated, but hey, we still had fun. And he goes and pours himself a drink.
I, at this point in time, and I'm going to grab one of my personal flasks, and I'm going to just down that.
Just down it. You guys all see it's a bright red liquid in Mao's cask, and he just chugs the shit out of it.
Deep breath, and it's like, ah.
I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty close, but hey, what's life without a few risks? Maybe more? Should I just
Yes.
I'm gonna dissipate the spell now. And he just dissipates it, and you guys all go back to normal.
I'm gonna remain in my new state.
Okay. Still the brown eyes brunette.
Yeah. Because my
I get
previous
really-
state was blonde hair, blue eyes, so now I'm just staying in the new state.
Blue Eyes
Gotcha.
White Dragon. Anyway,
Yeah.
I try to get real.
Oh,
I get really serious, and I make them promise not to make any jokes, and I pull the flute out that Rizzard gave me
You see
in
Rizzard
front
just
of
says,
them.
you see Rizzard get really excited. You still
I
have
should-
that. I'm so proud of you. Hey, have you
Nice.
learned anything?
And I explained to him that I was practicing just in his honor, and I wanted to play him a song now that he's back.
You see him bow to you. Whenever you're ready or prepared.
I played the thong song. No,
Let me see that.
I'll just play.
Down.
down, 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 down.
On the flute. So it just sounds like do 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 do.
it might honestly be better just on the flute than it is as a regular song.
For real.
I just play whatever.
Okay. Give me
I don't
a charisma or performance check, depending on which one is bigger.
I feel like they should be the same, shouldn't they?
No,
It depends if he is a
my performance is better.
yeah.
I wrote that, so I'm gonna use my +10 because I really don't want to disappoint everybody now that I'm opening up to everyone about. Okay, so I got 11, so
11.
not bad, but
Okay.
And you know what? I'll actually cast, like, what is it? Is it Channel Divinity where I can give him a boost?
I don't know. We'll have to take a look.
Guidance, usually it.
Gronk puts his hand up and says, "No, I want to do it on my own. Like I don't want help. I want to show him what I can do."
Oh, I guess which one do I have? Okay, yeah. I was gonna say I can't remember which one I have because like some of them's like Sense or
Yeah.
you know it's different shit like that. So I don't know which one I had, but yeah, if you want to do it on your own, I'll even look it up.
You see,
So Gronk opens up and is explaining how hard it's been, but how he's been so excited that he finally has people he can really trust, because he's never had people he could trust in his whole life.
Guys, we're
And
just
kinda
completely wasting the fact that we had somebody that was on the anime team on our team now.
And then I go over a little bit about my past with everybody,
okay.
about like the abuse and stuff, and apologize for freaking out earlier. And then I play the song.
Okay. Would you like to explain what that is?
I'll wait till Tannen gets back, because
Oh, okay, good choice.
there's no point in...
Dan's gonna be a minute. I'm gonna run to the restroom.
You're good. Everybody's good.
Hey,
Oh, hey, Andrew.
look, pork tenderloin.
Ooh, with broccoli.
This is really good.
Nice. Is it like was it a homemade meal? Oh, jealous.
So, it's this thing called e-meals.
Mm-hmm.
And so you pick out recipes and it automatically puts them in your Walmart shopping cart,
Oh, that's cool.
and then you can order them for delivery. So it delivers all the ingredients, and then you just make it.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
So it's like a sriracha marinated pork tenderloin with asparagus.
Ooh. That also.
And the asparagus is really good. It's like cut up into pieces, but it has like a really good sauce. Little bits of mushroom and red pepper flake and stuff. So it's a little spicy, a little sweet.
Ooh, that all sounds good, dude. Dang.
E-meals is good if you have Walmart Plus, especially.
Mhm.
But even if you don't have Walmart Plus, you can still order it, but just for pickup, because
Oh.
pickup is free for anybody.
Yeah, of course.
But that's one of the hardest things about wanting to try a new recipe for me is I don't want to go shop for all the ingredients.
For real. I feel that. That's cool though. That's really cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. Do you have to pay for emails?
Yeah, but it's pretty cheap compared to like, cause I compare it to like HelloFresh and stuff
Oh,
like that,
yeah, of
cause it's
course.
kind of like the same idea,
Yeah.
and it's way cheaper.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, so
Yes. Go ahead and explain.
Gronk starts explaining his upbringing to Mal, Rizzard, and Golby for the first time, like in detail. He talks about being a kid and how his father was the chief of the Orc clan they were a part of, and that his father was always really tough on him because he wanted him to be like a strong Orc, but Gronk never felt the same way, but tried to act tough to try to make his father and people proud. His mom sometimes would encourage him to have like the artistic side or the softer side in secret. His mom dies when he's a kid, and so he has no one left. Hey, RJ.
No. Okay. You can see yourself. I don't know what that fucking weird U-shaped thing is on the like your right shoulder.
On mine or
Oh,
Andrew's?
On Andrew's. Yeah, like lean forward a little bit. Without
my chair.
context, yeah, it does not look like a chair. I was trying to figure out what the hell it was.
Oh.
It does not look like a chair,
Yeah.
dude.
Me and Andrew
Okay.
chair gang, baby.
Anyway, there's a trader that trades with the Orc clan, and he's one of the only non-Orcs that Gronk gets to meet in his early childhood. Other people that he meets, it's because they're going on war parties and like destroying villages and killing innocent people and things like that Gronk is forced to go on. The guy starts smuggling in like reading material, like little books and stuff like that, and Gronk starts learning about this outside world and like how people have connection and different kind of emotions than just anger and pride and stuff like he learned as an orc. And so he always longs to be like that, like someone who can help people instead of hurt people, because all he's known growing up is hurt. At a certain point he also finds Kind is his dog that gets him through a lot of tough times, because his father is abusive too, because like if you don't do what he wants, then he's very abusive to you. And one of the final straws was they were at a place taking over a town, and they ransacked the whole town. The Gronk's father has found the head of the town. He's a member of royalty, and they have his son there, the son of the man that owns the town. And his dad, Gronk's dad, tells him to kill the boy in front of his father. And Gronk can't really get himself to do it, because it's like an 8-year-old kid, like just like a little boy who has nothing to do with the war, has nothing, he's just a kid, and Gronk can't do it. He can't kill the kid. And so his dad orders 2 of the other orcs to hold Gronk down and forces Gronk to watch as the dad tortures the kid and then smashes his head open with a hammer. And so Gronk is like completely traumatized, and that's about the time where he finally escapes. And he takes his few little books, and he takes his flute that I'm pretty sure he got from his mom and stuff like that, and he goes and he finds the little town of Rin and finds the shopkeeper and offers to work for him for a little bit of money to try to lay low and hide. But Gronk still to this day is afraid, because he knows if his father or if his clan finds him, there could be trouble. But he hopes that he's far enough away now that they won't be able to find him. And he's very happy that he met you guys, because he finally found some people that he can be himself with and also can do good instead of bad. And that's why Gronk gets so upset when he starts being seen as something that's bad, or if he's just an orc. You know, like orcs do that. Orcs are angry because he wants to be something good, and so he has this inner fight between two sides of himself where he's trying to be tough man like he was told his whole life, but he doesn't want to be like the other orcs, and so he has this battle inside is like, oh my god, am I being like an orc? I'm getting so mad because I can't be like them. I can't do that. And so like when the coin got stole, that's why he got so mad, is because he doesn't want to be seen as just a dirty orc that's coming in and pillaging and destroying and stuff like that. Anyway, that's his story.
You see,
Pretty exciting.
You see,
All right, so like, is that before or after he plays the flute?
That's before he plays the flute. He opens up and then plays the flute.
All
I-
right, so now this is where we'd pause for the music to drift through.
yes.
And you said you did
Yeah, yeah,
11.
yeah.
Joel, tell us how good he did.
For you guys, it's an in-betweener. He hits some really good notes, but then he hits a little bit off. It goes back and forth. It's like a dance where he'll fluctuate back and forth in between notes that he's supposed to hit, between what he's not supposed to hit. And then finally, when he reaches the crescendo, the end, you see Rizard wipe a tear from his eye. Rock, that was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
Gronk, I agree with Wizard.
And I'm glad you kept that, by the way. How's a gift? I want you to keep it forever. Now,
I'm just
practicing,
trying not
buddy.
to cry right now.
Definitely keep
As-
practicing. Like, I'm not saying that like in a rude way. I'm saying it's just like, hey,
Keep working.
you love it.
at
We
something
love
you
it.
like.
Keep going. Show them that
And
you're
so-
not the monster that they believe you to be.
I agree.
It's very good for Gronk to finally open up for the first time in his life to people about the trauma, because when he talks about it, it makes it not so bad. Because every day before that, he was just battling it all the time and dealing with it on his own. And he finally has found people that he can deal with it with. And so it's very good for him.
Well,
Now, at this point in time, my eyes are going to narrow, and they're going to find Golbai, or how did
Gobi. G-
Gobi?
Yes,
Fuck, I'm sorry.
Oh,
So,
the nine.
buddy,
My name.
I know that you are not necessarily on their side anymore, but you gotta give us something. I mean, yes, you've helped us, but
You just gotta
how-
tell us
how-
what they're all
do you
about.
still carry the mask? Do you still carry that mask? That cursed, wretched thing?
That nasty, disgusting, filthy, stinky, ugly mask.
By the way, Gobi, this is the first time you realize somebody must have watched you during your ritual.
No, I mean he also wore it as well,
True.
and being a part of a cult kind of ties
True,
it together as well.
but-
it wouldn't fully give me away.
I guess that's true.
No, when
I
we
mean,
first
if he
met
wants to
Gobi,
roll
we
a
didn't know.
perception check, he may.
It wouldn't be. It would be insight, is what it would be.
And
When we
yes.
first met Golby, we didn't know what race he was because he was wearing the mask. Remember?
Also, yeah, also true. But what I was saying though is you said disgusting mask, so I was assuming you were talking about when he prayed to it.
I was just
Well,
making a joke.
he was still wearing it when he was talking, or when he was standing side by side with the cult leader.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go
So
with it.
it wouldn't
I
necessarily
didn't really
imply the
say
fact
that.
that I saw him worshiping it, but it would say that it was a symbolism of his belief in that
As you
faith.
ask Gobi, this Rizard goes like, I think it's time for another drink. And he just gets up from the table and starts pouring himself one.
Well, sir, speak.
So, Joel,
Yes.
as far as I know, it's just Marigold, right?
The only one that actually knows? Yes.
because Gobi's gonna try to explain to you guys pretty much that the entire cult isn't necessarily that way. That yes, we do try to bring in newborns
and lead them to their demise. Yes. Okay, cool. Lead them to slaughtering innocents. Yes. Please, sir, continue.
If you could stop interrupting. He will also explain that he was brought into this cult as a newborn. We tried to make it easier on the others and try to bring people who are willing to give their infant. A lot of us, like me, still haven't found anybody willing to give that, and that's why I haven't brought any of my newborns to the cult yet. We try to do it legally, but yes, we try to do newborns because we need them to bring up strong for the cult. We're not necessarily bad, but
all I'm hearing is evil propaganda spewing from your lips. Speak now further and choose your words wisely.
At this point, Gobi's gonna get a little bit angry and be like, "It's all I know. What do you want me to tell you?"
Gronk
What I want you to tell me is I want you to tell me that you're done with it.
Gronk stops you because Gronk can see exactly where this is going, and it's exactly what happened to him. And so Gronk opens up and is like, Gobi, if you promise that that's in your past, then we'll believe it. Because my past was just as messed up.
You have that mask.
You
I
have
want you
to
to throw it on the
turn
ground and
down.
step on it in front of me.
You have to turn away from them. Because even if they're trying, it doesn't stop the atrocities that they have done or are going to do in the future. You need to get away from that, and you can. Because trust me, I grew up in the exact same situation, born and raised to kill and murder and thinking what's bad is good and what's wrong is right, and I just want you that we are the group that would give you a second chance. Other people out there might not give you a second chance, but we are willing to. You just have to get rid of the mask and promise that that's not a part of your life anymore.
I hold up a soft hand.
Did I roll for persuasion? Or
I'm sorry.
That was
I am
pretty
sorry.
persuading.
Gronk phrased it better than my anger allowed me to say it myself. We are not outcasting you. We are not turning our backs upon you. But we can't have you with us if you're still with them.
Gobi is going to slightly turn away, and Gobi needs moment to think this over. And he's
Take your
gonna
time.
go off into a different room.
Okay. So
Well, let's all just go to bed. That's what I vote.
So
Because if you guys don't remember, I have cuts all over my body that aren't healed. And I would like to be healed.
different cult though. Different cult.
Hand on
I'm
arm.
saying-
I'm gonna do healing touch on you so you can heal your 5 points of health. So your wounds will cinch themselves back up.
Thanks, finally.
Sorry, dude, like all in the chaos, I forgot. I apologize, Gronk. I did
No,
not
it's
mean
okay.
to leave you in
I
pain.
forgot also, but I just imagine
see-
him flying over with the oil, just covered in guts bleeding, like, ah!
Well, he said there were minor cuts. They weren't like
Yeah.
deep ones.
No,
That's the
no.
only reason why he took
Yeah.
5 damage instead of more.
They were
You
paper
see,
cuts.
Rizzard
Me.
returns to the table. He looks at you all. Listen, it's a different cult to begin with. I'm not saying every cult is great. I'm not saying every cult is good. It's clearly not that one.
Well, he was affiliated with Marigold, so it's hard to believe that,
That
his is
doesn't-
much better.
That doesn't mean that she didn't betray them. That's what he was trying to explain.
Marigold said that Marigold said that Golby's cult was the one that was kidnapping the kids, not the cult of the dragon.
But see, that's the trickery.
I
never-
can hear you. I'm
she-
gonna mute though.
Okay, you're fine. She never said that what she did was good. She just said all the bad things about theirs. And with his, he explained it was their own babies that they were giving up, but he hasn't found a partner that would be willing to give up their baby. Now, I'm going to explain this. Now, imagine.
That doesn't mean that the cult didn't take babies before Golby and them tried to shift to taking babies legally.
I see, I agree with that, but however, now imagine you're part of this cult. You have a child. You have a choice. Either you betray the cult, or you ask the question that could break you as a person. What's the question? The question is, do I give my child to this cult that I've been raised to? I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound like a good life.
It's not that it was an easy decision or not. It's that that cult is brainwashing people into giving their own children up to the cause. And we're just not for that. We're for people being able to make their own decisions and be able to live their life the way they want to. And the cult does not believe in that.
I agree
the
with
cult
you.
does not.
But
So that's why we're giving him the ultimatum. If he wants to go back to the cult, he can. Or if he wants to stick with us, he needs to leave the cult in the past. Because we don't have ties to people like that.
I agree with you.
We do not agree.
But here's the problem. If somebody is raised that way, thinking it's the right way, it's hard for them to change. Don't let this his own upbringing be his own demise. That would be like me pointing at you, and he points at Grok, and saying everything bad about you, and then saying you can't be here because of everything that you brought up. Do you hear
That's
how
not
bad
what
that
we're
is?
saying. That's not what we're saying. I'm saying that if you promise that you're willing to try to change and be a better person, then you can join us. I'm not saying you're going to be perfect right away or that you didn't make bad decisions. I'm saying that I respect Golby now as a person, but he needs to leave the things in the past and look to the future.
During this time, hold on.
You need to try.
Yeah, didn't mean to interrupt. Golby, what are you doing in the other room? You can hear this heated conversation happening.
When I went into the room, I pulled out my mask. And I'm just kind of looking at it, listening to them, and thinking.
Okay. Are you doing anything else? Is that the only thing you're doing at the moment?
After a little bit of them talking, I'm gonna create my makeshift altar and start praying, asking for guidance.
Okay. As you do, you pray, and just like last time, it's like your whole body gets enveloped by shadow and the room gets dark. Pitch black, even for you who can see in the dark. And you're just there in the darkness with your makeshift. And you hear a voice. And it says softly, "Make your decision." If you follow them, know this. I will not banish you, child, but it will not be the same. If you choose to stay, you will get power and recognition beyond your defining characteristics right now. Make your decision. And as it says, the light slowly starts to fade in, and you're finally there, and you can see the room, and the light starts to billow up in the room. As you can see,
Dang, that powerful guy died, and we all recognize him now.
At this point, the conversation's still getting heated. You can see Gronk and Rizzard and Mal, and they're kind of like, they're not really arguing, but it's definitely a heated conversation going back and forth between them.
I'm actually gonna remove my headset so I don't hear his decision.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
Okay, I'll mute you too.
Oh, this is so good.
I'm muting you too, Joel, so you're gonna have to wave or something.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll give you a wave when we're done.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to keep my mask, but I'm going to try at all times keep it hidden from them whenever they try to look for it or whatever.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it special hidden space. Because as a character, I feel like Gobi being raised and everything by cult. I'm not sure if you actually read my background or whatever, but he doesn't necessarily trust new species. So while he wants them to like accept him because he thinks it'll help him in the long run, he doesn't necessarily trust them.
Ah, I gotcha.
He plays a little bit more dumber than he actually is.
RJ, we can hear your phone.
He can't hear you. Anyway. Alright, we're gonna wave. Alright, here we go.
Do I put my headset back on?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Gobi. Are you leaving the room while they're all having the heated conversation, or are you staying in there until the conversation's over?
I'm gonna wait till it calms down a little bit.
Okay. It goes back and...
That being said, I want to ask Raven a question.
Okay, go ahead.
So you seem to be all in his defense. I cannot say I agree, but you seem to have more knowledge on this random person that has joined our group, despite the fact that you've been gone for so long. Would you care to elaborate how you know his religion so well?
You see him, this is the first time that you've actually seen Rizzard get visibly angry, and it's not just by his face. You can see the colors of his feathers. Instead of like an orange, it starts to go like a deep red as it starts to glow and the smoke starts to fly off. Know him as he slams his fist on the table. Let me explain something to you. I was almost an empty, bloody corpse, and you think that this is the same cult? And he spits.
I'm not saying
and he spits on the floor.
But I'm saying it probably isn't anything better.
None of us said it was the same cult.
You think they're all the same, don't you? He did not say they're making empty vessels. Well, let's review here, right? Say you didn't get there. Guess where I would be? Fighting you! Right now, this very second. Guess what? I would have won! And I wouldn't have even known, because I wouldn't have been there! Think about that!
But fate chose our side, not theirs. What's the difference with this one?
I go into the room with Golby while you guys are arguing with each other.
Okay.
Anyway.
It gets heated as the back and forth. Go ahead. What does Grog say?
So I just want to go in there and reassure Golby that I don't want him to leave. That and then I want to just open up and have a heart-to-heart with him about my upbringing and how you can get past the things in your past. And I'm not saying that Colby's evil or that he's bad because of what happened. I'm just saying that we can't be attached to different groups like that may or may not be committing things that other people would see as bad, and that they brainwashed him, and I feel so bad for him because I know how it is. But Golby is his own person and needs to follow his own path. And I just want it to be like a real, as emotional as Gronk can be about it, trying to really reassure him And like I pull him in for a hug and everything, and just I'm like, it's okay. Like you can stick with me, and we'll fight this together. But you just have to let go of what was and start focusing on the future and what's going to be. Because this call that we're answering is much bigger than all of us. If you went back 20 years, anybody in this group you would have never guessed would be here today. But because of the decisions we make, and because we've fought fate, and because we've pushed ourselves and opened ourselves up to what this can be and fought for what's right, that's why we're here today. And we just need that same commitment from you that you're going to forget the past and move on into the future. Because we're trying to change things. We're trying to be the change. The end.
During this time, as you're you can still hear Mao and Rizzard getting real into it. It's getting to the point where it's like, it's almost an argument where you can like start to hear their voices start to like get into a crescendo of loudness as you're explaining this. And Gobi, would you like to say anything to rebuttal what Gronk said?
You're hot.
Nice ass.
Gronk's like, actually, you can stay in the cult. You're with me, buddy.
Gobi will actually say, thank you, I will try.
I pull Gobi close, and then I set him up on my shoulder so that we can go walk out and try to stop Rizzard and Mao. I'm gonna think of Mao's name. Stop Rizzard and Mao from fighting, because it seems like me and Gobi have figured it out while they're still arguing about it.
Alright, so as those two walk out and I see Gronk with Goldie on his shoulder, I will pause my insufferable bickering and I'm gonna look at Gronk and I'm gonna be like, are you sure?
I just look at everybody and say, we're all good.
Okay,
I'll be okay.
Gronk, I trust you. I've trusted you from the day one.
And then I go to the bar and start asking about rooms because Gronk wants to sleep.
Right away. There's no bartender still there. The bartender's going. You see Rizzard look at you and like, oh yes, Gronk, you can just go right up those stairs and choose whatever room you like. As for you, Mao,
Alright.
you see Rizzard grab two beers, and you see him use a small knife, and he actually drizzles a little bit of his blood into the beer. And you see him whirl around. You see like a tiny tornado in between the space of his finger and his arm. Whirl around, and you see the wound start to heal. And you see the dark red blood start to trickle down into the beer. This is for you. I mean, no offense, as we were arguing. And he hands it to Mao.
I do apologize. I did lose my head a bit, and I apologize.
I just
While I'm
wanted to
going
make sure we
upstairs,
won. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
No,
While
no.
I'm going upstairs, I wanted to offer Goldie if he wanted to come up with me or stay downstairs.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
Okay, so me and Goldie go up to the room.
You see Rizzo just, I lost my head as well. And on top of that, obviously we've known each other for at least a little while now. And I want to make sure that we're cool. Because
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, it's a lot's happened, and I did lose my cool. Me and you, we went into a vampire cult, and amazingly somehow succeeded. Amazingly somehow you survived, where right afterwards we found ourselves in the midst of another, and then the third one taking from our town. I don't know what to say. It was a lot. I was not happy in those moments.
you see him, he
I
just
was furious.
as you're talking, he just literally grabs you and just brings you in for like the deepest hug you've ever had in your life. And you feel like the warmth and you start to smell the kind of like the fiery smell from Rizzard as This is the first time where you guys gotten close.
Technically, we didn't even trust Goldara's church when we first met it, so it's not about being light or dark. We didn't trust Goldara at all when
Very
we
true.
first met her.
People
She had to
just don't
prove
trust
to us.
They have trust
True.
issues.
True.
Wow. These
So
people,
anyway, like as we break our hug, I'm gonna look at him. It's like this isn't like gonna like put me to sleep or anything, is it?
Oh God, no. I just you
Also, I've only been drinking animal blood. I really don't know if I feel comfortable drinking yours.
you see, like he nudges you with the don't worry about it. I did it for you. Please.
Yeah, but it's still like, will it change me? Like I ask questioningly because I still don't really know much about my vampirism yet.
Oh, if it
If
would have
anything
changed you, it
happens-
would have changed you earlier.
If anything happens, he can give you beak-to-mouth resuscitation.
So, Joel, I raised my mug to him.
You see him, he raises it to you, and you guys clash glasses as a little bit like spills over his, and he just drinks it fully.
Yeah, I was gonna say as soon as I taste the blood, you can just see that I just chug it down.
And he slams it
It's
down.
raining, man.
No! I think it's time for some rest. I don't know about you.
All right, before we go to bed, I just want to say one thing.
Yes,
Welcome back, buddy.
I appreciate that. And he slaps you like on the back, obviously gentle.
Well, yeah,
Not
like
that
you know,
could,
just
not that you can
standard
feel it
bar,
with
you
your
know,
arm.
like,
Yeah, like not that you can feel it anyway with your armor, but
yeah.
it's kind of like a nice
I go
little
to
pat.
bed. Before I go to bed, I look at Golby and I say, I'm pretty
So-
sure all of us are leveling up right now, Golby. And then I look up at the sky. I'm pretty sure
I look
we're
at
all
Raven and I
leveling
just
up
like,
right now,
now, you
Golby.
took that room, or are we just taking our own, or like you seem to be running the place, or you taking your own?
Is this Wizard's Bar now?
Actually, everyone can have their own rooms, but if you prefer to stay in someone else's, you may.
I'll say it doesn't make a difference to me because I only have to meditate for 4 hours.
It's up to you. I will stay at the end of the hall, and if anybody needs anything, I'll be down there.
All right, I will take my own room then. I won't even use the bed, but I will sit next to it and meditate.
That's fine.
I'll use the bed.
Gobi, are you in
'Cause I'm
Gronk's
tired.
room, or are you going in your own room?
Yeah, I'm trying helping his leg right now.
Like a dog just... This is how
Gronk
Gobi
keeps just, like,
dies.
Reaching his hand down and pushing him over, and then he keeps rolling back to Grunk's leg, and he pushes him, and he rolls back. I just
Perfect.
think that Golby and Gronk are gonna be like the Rocket Raccoon and Groot of the party.
the pair that first was not gonna work out, but now
Like the unlikely pair, like the nice, tall, big guy who helps, and then the conniving little sneaky, smart, conniving guy with daggers.
very true.
So, Joel,
Yes.
as everybody goes to bed to rest, I shall wake up earlier than they do because, you know, it only takes me 4 hours.
True. This is
I am
true.
Gronk.
At
I
this
am
point in
Gronk.
time, I'm going to shift my shape again.
Okay.
I'm going to take the appearance of a woman,
A BBL.
and I am going to actually walk through town to see just how much of that place was burned.
Interesting. Give me a perception check.
Man, why do you keep
God, I almost
grabbing your
dropped that.
chest all of a sudden? Matt's
Ooh,
walking through
Dirty
town.
20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
You go by it, and it's decently late at this time. I mean, you're probably it's like
Well, I mean, it'll be
maybe
like 4 in the morning.
yeah,
or something
basically,
like that.
yeah. So you go to it, and as you're looking at it, you can still see there's still some smolder happening on the building, but for the most part, it is burnt down. You can only see there's only the first floor seems decently fine. It's still a little bit charred like on the sides and stuff, but as for the second and third floor, they are gone. They are completely gone.
Is the elevator shaft there, or is it gone too? Because I would assume the elevator
Alright.
was made out of metal and stone, so it might be still left.
That's a good
Do
question.
I?
To be like obvious, like, hey, there's a secret elevator right here.
I feel like anytime you walk into a town, the guard area is
Close.
very well known.
Yes.
Now, I would like to write a note that is telling the guards that there is a elevator to an underground tunnel that is part of the cult,
Okay.
and I want to approach at a distance until I can see one of the guards, like at a distance.
hmm
I'm gonna wave at them and try to get them to run towards me.
Okay. Now, I guess the question is, do you have paper in your bag, or are you gonna just look for a random paper like a poster?
Well,
or
I
something?
figured I probably had some in my room or something like that.
RJ, as a
You can work
woman,
with that.
just pulls his cleavage down, and the guard's like,
Our woman needs our assistance.
Oh God!
how can we help your boo? I mean, you.
I'm gonna help your breast. I mean your best. I mean you. How may we help you? So
Anyway, but
anyway.
the whole point is I want to write that note.
Okay.
If I can find the paper, I figure since we're in the tavern, there's going to be paper.
Yes.
I want to get their attention, but I'm going to be at a distance. So as soon as they start approaching me, I'm going to drop that paper noticeably in front of them,
Okay.
round the corner so they can't see me. I'm going to turn into a bat and fly away.
Ooh, I like this. Give me a stealth check. As for the turning and flying away.
He's gonna turn into a bat, but he still has the boobs of a human woman for some reason.
It's really
5. I
Really?
did not do well.
really bogging the bat down. Anyway, as you
It's because
do,
the boobs. It
and
can't
actually,
be that
and
stinky.
give me a performance check, but with an advantage because you are in a different shape.
13.
13. Okay. You write your note. You have it scrolled up. You lift your hand up and you're just waving like hell to get one of these guards' attention. And you see one of them nudge the other as they both start to look at you. One's a human in plate mail and the other one's like a dragonborn. You can see they're in chainmail. They're both wearing the same helmet. It's just a gold helmet with a big old feather on top. And you see they both look at you and they both start sprinting in your direction. As you drop it, you run into the alleyway. You're turned into a bat and fly away. You just hear one of them go, "There's a bloody bat!" as you're flying away. And then as you're flying away, you can see them both kind of like focus back and they go to the note and they just run to the note and they start reading it as you start flying back to, I'm assuming, the tavern?
I'm not going to fly directly back to the tavern since I have some time as a bat. I'm going to fly in a different direction and loop back, and that way they can't follow me back to the tavern.
Oh, okay. So you go all around the town, and just like the last time you wandered through it, there's barely anybody there. There's just nobody. It's dead. Other than the guards that are just patrolling the areas, not really anybody there. So you loop back around and you go back to the tavern.
I will then, as I go back into my room, I'm going to shift back into the brown hair, brown eyes.
Okay. As you shift back, are you going to do anything else or is that all?
No, I'm going to return to my room and wait till tomorrow.
Okay. So you go back to meditating. And then you all will wake up around 6 or 7-ish. And if you want later, we can even push it at 8 o'clock. It doesn't matter. You all start to wake up slowly, feel more rested. Gronk, you wake up, your wounds are all healed. There's no scarring or anything like that. And then
There's something wet on my calf though. That's weird.
something warm and sticky.
On my calf.
Gross.
And fully erect.
It's weird. It smells like cake mix. I don't know what the deal is.
I moved the blanket and there's Golby eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. There's jelly on my
How did
leg.
he know?
How did I get
To quote Adam Driver, it's I just had sex and I'll eat nachos. Greatest day of my life.
I'm gonna eat fucking nachos.
First thing when I wake up, I want to try to call guy on my necklace.
Gotcha.
I can't remember his name all of a sudden.
That's it.
No, because it's the barkeep guy.
Oh, yes, right. You gave him the necklace. That's right.
What's his
Or-
name? We can't continue the story until you remember.
If only there was actually a.
He's an important character in your character's story. What's his name?
Not Guldora, that's for
Nope.
sure.
Nope.
Is it drugs? Or drugs?
Well, while he's finding the name, I'm going to use restroom right back.
Yep, you're good. It starts with a B.
Bronze.
There, you got it.
You didn't have to do that to me, but it's. I just call Bronze and see if he needs us to pick anything up from the port, because we're about to go get our wagon that we have stored somewhere nearby for easy access to take back. That we have not lost the wagon and it is still in our possession. I just call Bronzo and see if he can get a list of stuff that the town might need that we can bring back on the wagon.
You just hear him say, I think we're fine, tell you the truth. How's it going so far? Are you enjoying yourself? Are you being safe?
No. I like, well, if you call getting poisoned, falling asleep and waking up locked in a dungeon run by a cult safe, then yes.
I don't think I'm gonna-
Safe.
You see him, he just pauses for a good long while. You just hear him say, I don't think I'm gonna tell her that.
Well, and so I just wanted to be like, I laugh and the conversation carries on, and I explain to Bronze everything that happened and how Raven is back and all this other stuff and how we helped the town and got rid of the cult and all this other stuff.
The conversation, it lasts like for a good hour as you both are just laughing and giggling about the story that you're telling.
Like that. After we started the roof on fire.
People died anyway.
We would never do that to your bar, of course.
And then it gets to a point where you can hear him yawn. Oh, that's great, Gronk. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to hang up. This cast won't be put on the wall without me, so, you know. I will talk to you later, and please, keep me informed! And of course, as always, stay safe.
RJ, while you were gone, I called Bronze and told him everything that happened and that Rizzard's back.
Well, I was going to say, like, you'll have to wait until the next day to tell me. Can't just tell me now, you know.
I'm telling you right now.
Oh, are we back together?
Yeah.
Well, we were
Well,
just
you
all
guys-
in our rooms, woke
Yeah.
up, and we kind of got together afterwards in the bar, probably.
More than
Oh,
likely.
okay,
told
yeah,
you.
as long as we're together. I didn't know that we're together because I just got back.
Yeah, so we'll have you guys after the phone call. you guys
The
all,
communication.
yeah, you guys all head back out of the rooms, and you see the bartender's there, and he just nods at you all, and leaves the room. Oh
About
yes,
time you showed up.
Oh, don't worry about him. It's fine. Now, where would we like to head off now?
I say we just go to the place and get our medal that we're owed, and then head back to turn some of it into ZZ. Because we're not going to turn all of it into ZZ, just the amount that he asked for, because we want the rest.
It's a good idea.
That's what I think. Anybody want to stop anywhere else? I'm going to see
Alright.
also if
But
somewhere
before we go there,
I
I'm
can
gonna
buy
talk to
oil.
Wizard.
Yeah.
He wants to point out it's a little weird that he sent us on this quest to defeat this cult, and then we were caught by said cult.
It was
That's
your
a fair
friend.
point.
We're getting the medal.
I was gonna say, like, if anything seems weird, we can run out.
If
I'm not really
anything seems
concerned about my
weird,
parents, but Wizard, if you could change their parents and yourselves, of course, that would be probably the best course of action if anything goes south.
he needs to know it's me though, because I'm the one that made the deal with him. So I'll stay at my own form, and you guys can.
No,
stay
I'm
outside
not
or
saying
whatever.
like I'm going to maintain my new form. You guys will look normal, but if anything goes south, when we leave that,
If anything
tent,
goes south,
we switch forms.
if anything goes south, Mao convinces him to try a one-shot fireball inside of
Yeah,
magic
for the
shop.
third time. Because like
And then
last time I
he-
failed at it.
He'll be. This time you can use your thing that you used to get Rizzard back, like the charm. Go ahead and
Oh
show me that, baby. Yeah.
Good.
Anyway, I go. If everyone's cool with that, I just head over there, and nobody has to go in with me. I'll go in by myself if you want. It doesn't matter. But I go inside.
That is up to the group.
Yeah. What do you?
I mean,
guys
I'll
wanna
go
do?
in. Like, I'll just like if he asks where the other person was, you can tell him that they died. I would
They
just
died.
now, wink, you know.
They dyed their hair.
Womp womp.
Yeah, we're not technically lying. We're just
They're-
mincing the truth.
They dyed
Just
their eyeballs.
Twisting the truth. And that's
Anyway, I just
where,
go in-
as you guys all go towards the thing. Now, the question is are you having Rizzard change the forms or no?
I'm staying in my own form.
Only if it goes bad. Like if we think he's suspicious or
Like
anything
if we
that,
run
as
out
soon
of
as
the
we leave-
building.
we can get the medal. As soon as we leave, if there's no one able to see us immediately, change our forms.
And then we disappear into the crowd.
And that is
Exactly.
where we are going to end the session. Right there.
Why?
Because it's 10. Unfortunately, RJ has to get up in the morning. Same with
Unfortunately,
10 and-
I
It's
got
11.
45 minutes.
Unfortunately, I also need to get off.
Man. Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna say
sorry.
it was a good session. It
I'm
was a good
sorry,
session.
guys. I'm sorry.
No,